Hello. Hi, Astra. Literally just returned home. See, just in time to watch Umineko. Hi.
Just in time to get some traumas. That's
Yes.
fucking
Yes. I mean, what did we already add?
more.
More? Even
There's
more.
always room for more.
I see. You're getting traumas. You're getting, you know, the meme.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Umineko. We are more than 18 people in. You get traumas. You can get traumas. You get
There's
traumas.
only 18 people in this game. Yes, sure.
Only, yeah.
Yes, sure. When? Maybe in chapter
Soon.
1, but not even.
Not even. No.
But not even.
Oh, I mean, Beatrice actually shows up in the
At the end of chapter 1.
the tea party. Wasn't that in the tea party?
No, she appeared.
Did she...
I think she appears at the end. Doesn't she appear at the top of the staircase?
I don't think she appears. They just say that they see someone, I think.
When sees that someone? I mean...
Yeah, but it's not fair because her CG model does not appear.
Okay, yes,
So
I do agree with you, but physically, if you could say that for her case, it's there. People
about a witch.
I know that's confusing. So people sees her, so it means that she's there. The fact that there's no drawing, it's a different thing. There's no sprite, it's a different thing. But she's there, so her appearance is technically in chapter 1. She's present in chapter 1.
I see. Anyway. Traumas for everyone. Yes.
Oh yeah, last time we discovered that Sakutaro was definitely handmade by Rosa. Definitely handmade by Rosa.
Definitely. Yes.
Totally not a lie.
No. There was... Oh, right. We haven't said this while we were in live.
Right. Because...
Update.
Okay.
I looked it up. What happened is Pixel was asking me, do we actually know what Angel sees? Do we actually get to know what Angel sees in that scene? And I thought, I was very convinced that there was a certain part of the game where it didn't say specifically, but led you to what Angel saw. And I was so very convinced. I looked it up, and apparently, in the version that we have, that part is censored.
Yeah,
because the original CG.
It's no spoiler version or something like that.
I think we got the no spoiler version. But in the original PlayStation 3 CG, there's a whole bag of Sakutaro plushies.
And I mean, like
right
20 of them.
At the left of the screen. In the left side of the screen.
Yes, and like 20 of them. And that's explain why Sakutaro at that moment was like, what the heck is that? So, yeah.
Yeah, but I was so very convinced because I didn't play this version. I played the OG version.
I noticed there was nothing because when she said, "Oh, there in that point," I saw, "Wait, is there something in the?" I thought, "Wait, is there something in the actual background of the game?" And there was nothing. I said, "Well, okay, no. So maybe they're gonna show me." They didn't show me anything, so I was confused.
No. And I was so very convinced because I thought, and I'm still pretty convinced, that at a certain point in the game actually leads you to the truth that Sakutaro was not handmade. And I was so very convinced of it. But at that point, I didn't... Maybe I thought that I had made an headcanon of mine. And I had it for years.
I mean... No, it couldn't have been that she made it. No, never mind. No, it wasn't even possible. There was no chance.
No. You in that scene, you want to believe her so badly because for once, it actually looks like she's making Maria happy.
The thing is, there when I was in the scene where Maria received the plushie, I was like, okay, she can't be that evil. She can't be that messed up. She actually is that messed up. Okay.
Unfortunately.
She actually is this messed up. By the way,
Anyway,
MMS,
last
the
time
size
we
of your
were-
earpods? Okay, that's sounds big.
Big.
Just try to chew your earpod. Hope it was tasty at least. By the way, last time, apart
Last time
the...
in Umineko, Sakutaro, Enje basically did the whole tour of the relatives of the dead servants of the Shiromiya family.
Apparently,
she
every
went,
one of them received a key card and a key for a bank.
A vault.
For a vault in a bank with like 1,000,000 yen or something. A lot of money. I mean,
A lot of money right now. 1,000,000 yen is a little bit less. It's a lot of money right now.
and now that I think about it, could it be that that relates to the 10% that the Sons of Kinzo wanted from Kraus? Is it in any way related to that? No, I don't know.
No. I honestly don't know. But
It's strange
the
because
point-
even like Masawa received that, so yeah, Minion is not that much,
Yeah.
but you have to also to consider this is the 80s.
No, but it's like more like $1 million sort of deal. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of
very
money. Yeah, and
No, it's a lot of money.
yeah, but also consider it's no wait, it's the 90s because it's 12 years after.
Right, 96, 96,
Nin-
98, sorry.
98. It's 98.
98, sorry. And by doing that, Angel herself unlocked a memory that she locked away.
Actually
and she
received
also
as well.
received, the same card and envelope with the Shiromiya crest. But she threw it away somewhere.
Apparently,
and,
none of the relatives actually decided to take the money.
yeah,
Because
for a
they
reason
thought,
or
okay, this is suspicious. Maybe these are like dirty money or something like that. And it actually would make sense because it sounds suspicious.
Yes. And this is the outside of the game. And she basically, and then she discovered the Sakutaro thing.
Yeah, and the
she
day after,
decided,
she was gonna go to Rockenjima.
Rockenjima. In game side, the children are all locked up in the room with Goda and Kumasawa. Received a call from the remaining parents and Kanon and Shannon, who also, and Nanjo, pure Nanjo, and also received the visit of Kinzo, Virgilia, Ronove, and Gaap. And then they found out that the phone was all of course, Kinzo's grace.
I mean, honestly,
was not left there by mistake.
honestly, an actual working phone is not like a small mistake to leave there.
Yeah. They should have thought about that.
Yeah.
And basically, Kinzo wants to begin with the trial of the grandchildren. Also, Kanon and Shannon had a very long conversation about the Golden Land.
Yeah, and we discovered that they know about the loop.
They know about the loop.
And at this point, I believe that also Kinzo knows about the loop. I mean, he created the entire thing, so of course he knows. Even said when he showed up the first time, this time I am gonna appear. So yeah. I mean,
Okay.
what other time it could be other family reunion, but no, I won't believe that for even a fraction of a second. So yeah,
We can go.
yep. Ping pong.
I forgot. Okay, game side. Let's go.
Yeah, we're in the game.
Finally. Let me be clear. It's not that I don't like Angel's part, but
You
want
are
to get
waiting for
someone-
something specific that I don't know yet. I know.
I'm waiting for something extremely specific, and it's not even the scene that I mentioned to you before. It's another one.
Oh, okay.
It's another one, and I'm waiting for that one too so hard. Okay, you can go.
Ah, yeah, this is when they know about the test.
Once again, there was a call from Kraus to the guest house. And the message was the Kinza wanted to hold a test to see if the grandchildren had the qualifications to become his
当主
successor.
様は次期当主をお父さんたちの兄弟からではなく孫たちの中から選びたいとそうおっしゃっている
From Kraus's restrained style of speech, Jessica realized as his daughter that he was being forced to speak.
You know, I think you're a little bit low on volume. Let me actually fix you.
I also got my microphone a little bit closer.
Speak again, please.
Jessica realized as
Okay.
his daughter that
Okay,
he was
okay.
being
This
forced-
time is good. I maybe I changed it. I don't know what I didn't touch it from last time, but I don't know. Maybe something changed. I have no idea. The mystery of the streaming, and no one will
as
ever know.
always.
Okay.
And she was forced to realize that the hostages were being exposed to danger even now. And that if they refused this test, there was a possibility that the hostages would be harmed.
それ私たちはどうすればいいの？
待て
Kraus put down the receiver, then looked at the grinning Kinzo on the other side of the bars. Kinzo gave his next order.
テストの前に無関係なものを排除しなくてはならない。
Oh.
ゴーダと熊沢がそこにいるのであろう。テストに干渉されては邪魔なのでな。
I see. So Gaap must be there for a reason. I see.
彼らをゲストハウスより追放せよ。
追放ですか
バラ庭園に園芸倉庫があったはず。
Ah,
That is-
yeah. I think I remember that.
Yeah, close them in and leave them there.
そこへゴーダと熊沢を閉じ込めて施錠せよ。まずはそれからだ。
Ah, okay, not actually going to
直
use
ちに
Gaap.
遂行するように伝えよ。我が文具たちが監視する。疑わしい行為に及べばテストは直ちに中止し、お前たちすべてを生贄として処刑する。
わかりました。もしもしジェシカ、今から父さんの言うことをよく聞きなさい。
Kraus relayed the orders to lock up Goda and Kumasawa.
どんなテストをなさるつもりですか？
ああ、実に簡単なテストだとも。孫たちの覚悟を見せてもらうだけだ。さて、どんな結果を見せてくれるのか。
Looking disgusted, Kirie watched Kraus, who was talking with the children. I hate it, but for now, we cannot refuse orders. In this dungeon, a feeble resistance won't amount to anything. If we provoke him too much and drive him into a position where he might kill us, there will be no longer any way to stop this murderer. For now, the only choice left is to obey his rules without agitating him. All the while waiting for an opportunity.
Remind me, Kinzo didn't call for the stakes, right?
Nope. Nope. Only the sisters.
Sister
and
Sisters, Ronove, Gaap, Virgilia, everyone else apart
yeah.
them. Okay.
Everyone else. Yes. However, if we continue to obediently follow his commands, the children might be attacked in these so-called tests, and they might even lose their lives. Whether we feign obedience or try to resist, nothing will cause the situation to improve. Anyway, straining our eyes so that we don't let a single chance escape until the very end is the only resistance possible now. While telling herself this, Kirie watched over Kraus as he delivered Kinza's orders.
キリエさん、ここは辛抱しましょう。
分かってるわ。悔しいけれど今は待つしかない。この鉄格子さえ何とかできれば私たちは屋敷へ戻ることができるんだから。
なんとかここを出られれば試してみましょう。金蔵さん、頼みがある。
何か我が友よ。
我が友よ。
長友よ。
金蔵さんが子供たちを試したいというのはよく分かった。金蔵さんの納得のいくようにするといい。金蔵さんの力がなければとっくに潰れていたかもしれない後ろ宮、その担い手を慎重に選びたい気持ちよくわかる。それにそのための親族会議だ。私ら邪魔はせんよ。
お前の理解が得られてた。そうだ、これは親族会議なのだ。私が次期当主を選び決定する最後の親族会議なのだよ。
Said as a completely sane, mentally sane person.
Yes.
それでだが金蔵さん、ここはあまりにあんたのテストの邪魔はせんから、もう少し暖かい場所に移してもらうことはできんかね。
In Nanjo's words, the slight signs that Kinzo's mood had been improving were blown away. God damn it, Nanjo. Nanjo was struck with a moment of silence as Kinzo gazed at him with dangerous eyes, as though appraising him.
確かにここは冷えますね。老体にはおつらいでしょう。親方様、上の部屋に移し替えても良いのでは。
それはできぬ。甘いぞ、南條。
Yeah, it's not that stupid. Come on.
お前は一手猶予を与えるような素振りで実に華麗に布石を打つではないか。その手には乗らんぞ。凍えるというなら真っ赤に焼けた石炭でも敷き詰めてやれば
Of course.
申し訳ございません。
Virgile had tried to help out, but in the end, Kinzo would not comply.
あなたたちはおとなしいのね。その気になればこんな鉄格子簡単に破れるでしょうに。
Oh, Canon and Shannon. Of course.
ここを破ったとて何もなりません。
Yeah.
確かにここを破ったならゴールドスミスのゲームが終わることを意味する。あなたたちも、そしてゲストハウスの人間たちも即座に金蔵の儀式の生贄となるでしょうね。でも案外あなたたちだけかもしれないわよ。
Wait.
この状況を打開できる力を持っているのはね。黄金鏡にたどり着きたいんでしょ。叶えたい夢がいっぱいあるんでしょ。
Is she helping? Or just provoking?
I think provoking.
ガープ、挑発はいけませんよ。
Okay, I got my answer.
これはあなたのゲームではない。親方様の、そしてお嬢様のゲームです。
どうしたロノウェイ。
いえいえ何も。捕虜とおしゃべりをしていました。お許しを。
Gaap sent one final sneering smile at Canon, then turned away. Canon could only bite his lower lip and shake his fists.
くそ。よく頑張ったね。よく我慢したよ。
僕たちは無力だ。家具だから。
そうだね。私たちは無力。
We know
で
canon.
も家具は必要とされることだって、そして愛されることだってあるよ。今の私たちは暗い地下室にしまわれているだ。きっといつか誰かが愛してくれる、必要としてくれるから。だから今は挑発に乗らないで耐えようね。
お父さん、ゴーダたちを倉庫に閉じ込めるよう指示をしました。
よかろう。電話を切ってよい。シエスタ姉妹、孫たちがゴーダと熊沢を閉じ込めるのを監視せよ。もしも不審な動きがあるようならば、その時点で次期当主を選ぶテストは終了だ。
When Kinzo made his order, the Sister Sisters appeared behind him in a line.
了解であります。石膏は私がやる。556と410は両翼支援。45は全周警戒。
Wait,
What
wait.
the fuck?
There's a number.
what?
There's an extra number.
No, continue.
0056は
そうだった。
Oh, okay.
すまない。
いい子でした。だから私は嫌いに。いいやつは。
Oh, so that was the broken rabbit.
Good
Okay.
job.
And this one probably was like a little bit broken, but not.
Not really.
00 it was a little bit broken, but
Double, yeah.
yeah. I think I may be wrong here, but I think at least 00, I think it's a Gundam reference, but I don't know about the other two. Because there's Gundam 00, and it's an actual series and an actual Gundam. But the other two, I don't know.
Remind me, we're gonna look it up later.
I'm not too sure about the actual reference, but why calling it 00? It's not like a caliber or anything. They look like soldier, and it would make sense. The uniform.
You were. I think we looked up the other two, and it said that those were like rifles or something.
Yeah, no, I think we looked it up, and it was like made as they were in a way so that they look like caliber, but 410 is not actually a caliber. A 50 caliber, it's a missile, girl. So yeah, at 50 caliber, it's super huge. So yeah. You know the meme.
Okay.
I cast 50 caliber magic missile, and it's an actual missile.
Oh, I see.
So yeah.
I'm looking.
Oh, you're looking up? Okay.
Yeah. 410 is after the 410 shotgun round.
Okay. Oh, the point is missing. Okay, I see now.
45 is named after the 45 Colt round.
Mm-hmm.
00 is named after the 00 buckshot.
Okay. It's actual name of weapons, I see.
And
I see.
556 is named after the 556 I don't know, times 45 millimeters NATO intermediate round. I don't even know what this is.
Okay, they're all names of like weapons or bullets or stuff. Yeah.
何をしているかシエスタ姉妹、我が命令を遂行せよ。
失礼しました。では監視に向かうであります。出撃。
Oh my god! Sorry, I read this. I read this thing. It says the banner that they have on their left arms resembles the flag of Iceland, even though their firing codes are written in Greek. In the 19th anime episode, the part where there's Maria's birthday celebrated with Rosa. The flag on a cake Maria is about to eat resembles the Sister Sisters Imperial Guard Corps banner.
Oh.
What the fuck?
I wanted to see. Never mind. I can't.
Wait. Let me. I'm gonna say something here since 56 came up. Keep clicking on the Sister Sisters.
Oh,
page.
it's gonna appear? It's actually gonna be there?
It is sometimes, but I'm not sure when it's gonna appear because it's random.
No, I
And
don't
I'm
think.
not even sure if it's here.
I don't think. I don't think you can see it here.
No. You at some point you can.
Yeah, but not
I'm
now.
not
I
sure
think
when. Ah.
because I keep clicking and it's the same
No,
tree.
it's very random.
I wanna
It's
see.
very random. At some day. it's
Even
gonna appear
even
and
the like the metal thing like the Sakutaro is similar to the Sister. You know, the cross. It's kind of similar.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of similar. No, wait. Maybe it's because of the alliance. I'm not
Could
sure.
be.
I'm not sure,
Could
though.
be.
I found the translation for the Sister Sisters guiding system. If you want.
Guiding system.
Guidance system, the red sentences written behind them when they fire.
Oh, you leave it them. I'm gonna send them to me. I will read them later.
Oh yeah, sorry. I got distracted.
That's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry too much about that. It happens. Tell me when you're good to go.
Okay, send it. Let's go.
Good? Okay.
The Sister Sisters erased their forms simultaneously. Nanja and Kiria had witnessed the instance they appeared and disappeared as if by teleportation. But they interpreted this as moving in and out of the darkness in a way that only looked like teleportation.
Okay.
And the two could do nothing but rub their eyes.
さて、私はテストの準備をしよう。ロノウェ、ガープ、お前たちには試験官を頼む。ワルギリアはこやつらを監視するように。何しろ我が家具が2人いる。一応は警戒せよ。
He glanced at Shannon and Canon. Tightly closing her eyes, Shannon gave a silent bow and answered wordlessly, avoiding any unnecessary actions.
かしこまります。注意します。
リーアの老体には寒くて辛くない？
Okay.
湯たんぽでも持ってくる？
うるさいです。
This is like two sisters arguing, definitely.
早くお行きなさい。ガップ。
She's still trying to short her name.
Yes.
さてさて、テストとは、そして試験官とは、今回のゲームは変わった試みですね。お嬢様を楽しませる展開になると良いのですが。
Donovan always been on his own side, of
ヤギの
course.
従者たち。
Oh my god. Virginia began to call out into the darkness, and from that spot, 3 massive goat-headed attendants suddenly appeared.
リーチェの眷属ね。便利だわ。しかも暖かそうだし。ああ、湯たんぽの代わりね。なら、ヤギより羊の方がいいんじゃない？
カシミヤ臓器のくせにうるさいですよ。
Wearing it's a concept that can't be applied to Gaap, definitely, because
Yeah.
you know, look at that.
You know. Yeah.
彼らは賢くはありませんが、
命令に忠実で強靭な頼れる従者たちです。
任せるぞ。我が友ワルギリアよ。残りのものは私と来い。
It's very the Japanese pronunciation of Virgilia is very strange.
Yes. With a dignified gesture, Kinzo fluttered his coat.
Cloak.
Oh, coat, cloak, okay. Sorry. Following him were Robe and Gaap, as well as the 3 recently summoned god attendants.
あなたたちは私と残るのですよ。ついていかないように。
See, she said they're not very bright, so yeah, I mean.
The goats jumped in surprise and then came tottering back. Kirie, who had been watching astunned as all of this played out, couldn't help but snort.
I mean.
愉快な部下ね。
ゴールドスミス卿より死後の許可は与えられていませんよ。
She was probably embarrassed. Virgilia had spoken coolly, but Kirie saw through that, and for a little while she couldn't restrain a muffled laughter. Same.
Honestly.
However, on the inside, Kirie was surprised at the number of people Kinzo had with him. After all, including Kinzo himself, at least 10 other enemies had already been spotted.
And there's definitely gotta be more.
The dungeon they were currently locked in was supposedly underneath the hidden mansion called Kovadorian. Although this mansion had been whispered of, not even Kraus had known of its existence until today. Are there actually several facilities like this on Rokkenjima? Where many unknown henchmen that only Kinzo knows of hide? Just how many humans are on Rokkenjima, locked away by the typhoon?
Humans.
Humans. No, on the contrary. Were we the only ones under the impression that there were only 18 people on this island?
Oh no, trust me, you were not the only ones.
Were we who bickered over whether Beatrice existed or not, and worried about whether a 19th person existed or not? Nothing more than the frogs in the well on this island. No, wait, not only that. By now, there are actually more people on the enemy's side than on ours?
何が起こってるの？魔女？悪魔？魔法？それを信じろというの？おかしいのは私の目？それとも頭なの？頭がどうにかなりそうよ。
A mass murder by magic. Demons forming and disappearing into thin air. Setting aside the enemy's numbers. How should we interpret the various things thrust before our eyes that cannot be explained by the common sense of our world? Kira started to feel like she didn't know what was going on anymore. And while desperately battling the urge to abandon everything and give up, she grit her teeth and tried to hold on to her sanity. Mood.
Yeah, I mean, imagine looking at that all of a sudden with no actual explanation.
Obviously, God and Kumasawa were quite unwilling to be locked in the Rose Garden shed.
I mean...
Sorry. But they were threatened that, if they resisted, the hostages' safety could not be guaranteed. It was fairly hard to get them to agree. But once they started thinking that their safety might actually be guaranteed if the key to the gardening storehouse was to be handed to them after being shut inside.
If the key to the gardening... how do you close them inside then?
No. They close them inside and then toss the key to them through a little... There's a little...
For like a window or something.
Yeah, very extremely small window.
I see.
And when it was decided that the blankets and food would be carrying in for them, they were finally convinced.
ここは寒々しい
There's
です
here's
ね
another one. Wait, if you think about it, she's Virgilia, so it makes sense.
Yes.
私たちはいつまでここに閉じ込められていればいいのでしょうか。
下手をすると月曜の朝まで丸々一昼夜はいてもらうことになるかもしれない。本当にお二人には申し訳なく思うよ。
George and Butler cleared the space on the floor, then spread the blankets there. They also left the canned food, crackers, and other light snacks they had brought.
月曜の朝までを二人でこの量じゃせめて厨房に言われたなら
余計な場所には行くなと言われてる。私たちは監視されてるらしいし。くそ。
何もお力になれないことを申し訳なく思います。こんな時に皆さんのおそばにいてこその私どもなのに。
仕方ないです。それより熊沢さんをよろしく頼みます。何が起こるかわからない。いざという時は臨機応変に助けてほしい。そして何よりも無事でいてほしい。
ええ、分かっています。皆さんこそ気をつけてくださいね。今の親方様はまるで人の命をチェスの駒のように奪います。
Yep.
気をつけてください。
Gota stared at the floor, even now unable to believe what had happened as he remembered that atrocity in the dining hall. And he hung his head in shame at his failure to fully describe that horror.
I mean, it's the same in the end.
くれぐれも注意してくださいね、熊沢さんも。
ジョージさんたちもくれぐれももう私には何が何やらさっぱりは。
それじゃあ僕たちは行きます。行こう、バトラ君、ジェシカちゃん、ほらマリアちゃんも。
おー。
Am I the only one chill in all of these?
Looking at the pitiful expressions on the imprisoned pair's faces, it got really hard to close the shutter. But we can't disobey. We're being watched. The shutter was brought down and locked.
I was thinking, Maria now is a witch, okay? So she could technically at least fight a little bit. Maybe, I mean, she's not like a full-fledged, as strong as like an actual full-fledged witch, probably. But, I mean...
Remember that she's with humans.
Yeah, I know,
So,
but...
She's probably unable to the level that she's at. So
She's probably unable to actually... But if she... In the case she would be alone with one of the demons or with Kinzo, I think she would probably be able to do something.
I think so, yes. Yes. Then, George walked towards the small window on the side of the storehouse. At the side, there was a small latticed window that could only admit light and ventilation. It looked like something from a jail, making the two of them seem even more pitiable. But on the other hand, it would hopefully protect them from Kinzo and his subordinates. He opened the window and called out.
大丈夫ですか？寒くないですか？
ええ、毛布をこんなにいただきましたからね。くるまっていればきっと平気ですよ。
石油ストーブとかを持ってくればよかったな。
ここじゃ換気できないから、ね。
I was gonna say that they risk that with something like that.
辛いだろうけど、今は仕方がない。僕たちは人質を取られている。逆らえない。
Maybe an electric stove, but there's probably no electricity in that place.
なんとかキリエさんたちを救出することができれば。
聞かれてるかもしれないよ。ゴーダさん、これそのシャッターの鍵です。
確かにお預かりします。
Gota took the key, showed it to Kumasawa, and placed it into his own pocket. There is only one key to the gardening shed's shutter. That key was being held by the ones locked up inside it. If the children had kept it, and had it stolen from them by some chance, that would do nothing but expose the lives of those in the shed to danger. And even with the key, the shutter could not be opened from the inside. Kins's demands were fulfilled this way. However, there was now no longer any way to open the shed from the outside either. This protected them. Kinzo had ordered that they be confined, and we could do nothing but trust that this cold, closed room would protect them.
Yeah, like closed room worked for protection until now. Right?
Maria could have drawn a scorpion on the outside.
I mean, there's no handle though.
No, it's... I don't... Wait. Where would you put it on a shutter? That worked on the knob.
Yeah.
But extended through all of the door.
Yeah, but there's no knob.
No, but there's like a handle. You can draw it underneath the handle.
It's a shutter, it has no handle.
Wait, what? Does it have a handle to open it up and close it?
But it's more like a... È una maniglia, non è un pomello.
No, handle. Handle è maniglia.
No, è anche pomello.
Wait, no. Define handle.
It's both. In Italian, maniglia e pomello sono due cose diverse. Ma in inglese è handle per entrambe.
The part of which a thing is held, carried or controlled.
Yeah, exactly. Even a suitcase got a handle.
Yeah, I meant something like the handle to a suitcase, but attached to the shutter. It's like a box.
Yeah, how do you draw on that? It's
not on that. I said underneath that. You know that there's a...
underneath. Okay, yes,
shutter,
but...
And then the handle attached on top.
Yeah,
and there's the space.
Okay, the thing is, Maria probably have one of those bracelets, okay? And yes, one could say, yeah, you put it on the door, but how on a shutter? One, and try painting in under the rain with something. Let's see how much it's gonna stay there.
I mean, understandable. About hanging the bracelet there, you can do a knot with the bracelet.
True.
Yeah, you can actually do that.
That actually could be possible. Yeah.
There we go.
Giacometto. Okay, you're right. You win.
Jessica watched this while holding Maria's hand, then looked over the thickets in the pitch-black rose garden. Somewhere in this darkness, somebody was hiding, watching to see whether they obeyed orders or not.
And they had bunny ears.
Bunny ears, yes. Of course, when we pointed our flashlights out there, no suspicious silhouettes appeared. But somebody was surely out there, hiding and what?
I mean, they could be like kilometers away and still be able to see you, so you know.
Yeah. I was hit many times with an urge to scream at them. But I was able to hold that urge back through reason. The four children left the area, repeatedly looking back over their shoulders. The light from the faint light bulb in the gardening storehouse was seeping out slightly. I wonder if this insane incident would come to an end somehow, so that we can meet those two again. To George, who had closed the shutter himself, the resistance of the lock had made it feel as though it killed them with its own hands.
それでも俺たちは逆らえないんだよな。
テストだと。くそ。 そじじいめ、ふざけやがって。それで母さんたちが殺されて、理解できねえぜ。ぶっ殺してやる。
大丈夫だよ、ジェシカお姉
There we
ちゃ
go.
ん。悲しくなんかないよ。もうすぐ魔女は蘇る。すぐに黄金鏡で会える。
Of course. She hasn't said that. She didn't say that yet in this chapter, so yeah.
いった。
不謹慎なことで笑うんじゃねえぜ。何が魔女復活の儀式だ。妄想はじいさまの頭の中だけにしときゃいいものを大勢巻き込みやがって。こいつは高くつくぜ。
畜生め。ゲストハウスに戻ろう。おじいさまから電話があった際に不在だったらまずい。
Urged on by George, everyone began walking towards the guest house. At that moment, Jessica turned in a circle, facing towards the darkness of the rose garden, and roared.
おい、誰か見てんだろ。じじいに伝えとけ。絶対にぶち殺してやるってな。
Why do I have the feeling that this thing is gonna be won by Butler?
行こう。
Of course, there was no reply. Only the howl of the wind and rain.
Is that my answer to the thing I just
Yes.
said?
Yes. The children returned to the guest house,
Talk about
not
timing.
fearing that what's waiting for them up ahead. Please, game, do not go back to the future. Please, game. Please. Thank you. After they left. Around the exact point in the darkness that Jessica had yelled at, 2 rabbit ears sprung up.
ごめんなさい。バレてました。
She was giving it random.
すっとろいからバレたに。竜王様に怒られる。ごめんなさい。竜王様に言いつけるのは許してください。
黙れ静かに。どうせハったりだ。
Yeah.
ゴーダと熊沢の監禁は確認した。任務完了。報告に戻るぞ。
イエーイイエーイ。
I love them so much.
連帯責任で人参と水だけの刑になりたいか。行くぞ。
I mean, you're banned as you eat carrots.
But only that, not treats.
I mean, understandable then. Actually, a carrot for a bunny, it's like a treat. You cannot give them too many carrots.
Oh.
They
The
need,
fact that they were being watched, sorry.
they need like grass or lettuce and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know about lettuce. I thought it was the other way around though.
No, they need more. They actually it can eat grass, normal normal grass, and lettuce, anything green, basically any vegetable, anything like that. But carrots, not too many because it's actually not that good for them. But you can give them quite some of them. It's actually like they eat dessert for them or something like that.
I see. So, the fact that they were being watched certainly seemed to be true. Because when they returned to the cousin's room, turned the lights on, and laid down on their beds, the phone rang again. Earlier, Jessica had been answering the phone, seeing as this was her house. But now that it was the oldest, Georgia, no, it was the oldest, Georgia, who picked it up. This time, Kirie-san was the other end of the line. George handed it to Butler out of consideration.
もしもし、キリエさんか。そっちは
I was
大丈
about
夫な
to
のか。
say butter, because
Butter.
carrots and dessert, I was thinking about zone 4.
Oh, yeah, of course. Butter.
So butter.
Butter, of course.
Butter, yes.
心配をありがとう。 今のところは快適よ。
Imagine, imagine Butler. I am the Butler, and I have a secret mission. The Butler. And it's like butter. It's like the butter from off, but it's Butler in the butter outfit. It's confusing because the names sound similar, but you know what I mean.
I will draw that.
ごめんなさい。死後は慎めと命令されてる。
And of course, his secret mission is to defeat witches. Of course.
Of course. To purge all of the witches.
Purge
from
all
this
of the
world.
witches.
今から伝えることをよく聞いて。
The fact that they were hostages still hadn't changed. Kinzo or one of his subordinates was listening to the conversation. Butler restrained the urge to talk about other things and focused on what Kiri had to say.
テストはジェシカちゃん、ジョージ君、バトラ君、そしてマリアちゃんの順で行われるそうよ。
Okay.
順番に呼び出すから、それまでその部屋を
Okay, so each one of them got a different test. Okay.
呼び出された者は一人で指定された場所に向かうこと。
Butler repeated it out loud, so that the cousins listening in around him could hear.
ジェシカ、兄貴、俺、マリアの順で呼び出しがあるまで部屋にいろ。わかった。マリアもなのかや、9歳の子にまで。クソジジイは何を強いる気なんだ。
後ろ宮家の命運はあなたたちに握られてるわ。頑張って。
ああ。
Butler noticed the strange nuance in Kiri's words. Even without any blood connection, he could still understand thanks to the long-lasting bond they shared. At this point, it doesn't make sense to worry about the Shiromiya family itself. That probably wasn't the message Kiri wanted to send.
You're the fifth witch. You might have been the witch of a witch with magical dumbbell instead of a one. It's the witch that throw hands instead of spells.
I'm gonna cast a feast.
The witch of muscle.
Witch of muscles.
I cast fireball, proceed to throw the dumbbells and it takes fire.
Understandable. Wouldn't that be fireball then?
Firebell,
Like a
of
dumbbell,
course.
but firebell?
Of course, making more sense. And it's like a dumbbell that has been heated on a stove or something like that. You know, it's metal, so it could technically work.
Okay, she probably meant there's no way for us to escape from this dungeon, and we can only wait to be rescued.
Yeah.
Our lives are in your hands. Something like that.
I mean, if you think something similar to that is Marshall, it's kinda like that. You know, have you ever? Do you know about Marshall?
No, I haven't.
It's like it's like a Harry Potter parody, and the main protagonist it's in a world of wizards and witches and stuff like that. But he's the only one that cannot use magic, but he's like super strong. It's like super muscular and very strong, and he beat everyone because he's just that strong.
Oh, okay, I see.
With the power of muscles, and that's it. This is an actual wit though. Yeah, okay. That's different though. But if you think about that, it's a similar concept.
ああ、任せてくれ。どんなテストか知らねえが上等だぜ。受けて立ってやら。本気のテストなんだよな。マジにやっちまって。いいんだよな。
ええ、本気のテストよ。おじい様も本気で試すつもりでいるわ。
ダメだな。全然ダメだぜ。
Of course.
死にかけの老いぼれが俺と本気？寝言は棺に入ってから言いやがれ。そこにいるジジイに言っとけ。次期当主は俺だ。その最初の仕事は てめえの面に鉄拳ぶち込んでやることだってな。
I think Kinzo answered. Even without Kiri having to repeat it, the butler's powerful declaration of war reached Kinzo's ears. There you go.
It wasn't just. It was just waiting for something like this, probably.
バトラー、それは実に楽しみであるぞ。
We should instead of full and then arm the flex. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool concept.
一度は後ろ宮の名を捨てた男が何を身につけ、何の境地に至って我が前に現れるというのか楽しみにしている。そう伝えよ。
Unfortunately, Kinzo's voice was not picked up by the receiver. Therefore, Kiri spoke for him.
Let me repeat what it said. Let me reread what it said. Okay. Okay.
大いに上等だそうよ。いい？バトラ君。手加減は不要よ。あなたはルドルフさんの息子。いいえ、私の息子よ。誰に自慢しても恥ずかしくないところをあなたに全てを託すわ。
了解だぜ、母ちゃん。あとは任せておけ。
Oh, it actually called her mother.
私たち全員は当主跡継ぎの資格を失っている。もう私たちは取られてゲーム版から外された駒も同然よ。だからあなたたちだけで戦って。
キリエさん。
The nuance of those words meant we've already given up. So forget about us. But for that very reason, I won't give up. I'll definitely crash this test or whatever and save everyone.
それでは一番最初のジェシカちゃんへのテスト。自分の部屋へ行く。
自分の部屋？
お屋敷のジェシカちゃんの自室って意味のよね。
ジェシカに代わる。直接伝えてやってくれ、ジェシカ。
もしも、はい。わかりました。
Okay.
私からか。もう覚悟決めたぜ。行ってくるぜ。
Even Jessica was probably tempted to succumb to the fear of a girl her age. But she crushed those feelings and strengthened her resolve.
用心してね。
私たちは監視されてんだろ。余計なこともできない。言いなりになるしかないさ。
食堂でジジイは何のためらいもなく瞬く間に6人を殺して、それは俺たちに対しても同じかもな。
I mean, yeah.
分かってる。返り討ちにしてやるぜ。
無茶はダメだよ。危険だと思ったら自分を最優先にして。クラウスおじさんが自分のために娘が犠牲になったことを知ったら胸が張り裂けてしまうに違いないから。
逆も同じだぜ。父さんと母さんが殺されて私の胸だって張り裂けるぜ。
バトラ君、さっきの話は本当だよね。
ああ、キリエさんたちはもう覚悟を決めている。
I mean, they probably thought about that, so.
なら、なおのこと上等だぜ。みんなの命は私たちの双剣にかかってるってことだ。人質みんなは囚われの身で何もできない。なら、私たちが何とかするしかねえんだぜ。
もし何かあったらその時点で僕たちがおじい様のゲームに付き合うのは終了だ。
兄貴。
If you have the chance at that point.
宣戦布告、どこかに閉じ込められている彼らを救い出し、おじい様には叱るべき処遇を与える。
いいのか、兄貴。シャノンちゃんもいるんだろ。
だからといって僕は座して婚約者が殺されるのを待ちはしないよ。僕が恐ろしいのは おじい様にシャノンが殺されるかもしれん。僕の婚約者に恐怖を味わわせたクソじじいよ。君らが僕より先にぶん殴っちまうことだけさ。
なるほどな。確かにこいつは次期当主が誰かを決めるってテストらしいぜ。
だな、クソじじいの顔面に一番最初に拳をお見舞いしたやつが次の当主だぜ。
Sorry, like, just.
The music.
Yes.
Yeah. Vibing. This piano piece is amazing.
It's my favorite. No matter how many soundtracks are in Umineko, this one stole my heart from the beginning.
I see. I mean, it's not my favorite, but it's very good.
Outside of the final battles ones, I think this is one of my favorites.
Okay, then in this case, I can agree.
Top 3 in the non-final battle ones.
Okay, yeah, I can agree with that.
Because the battle ones are way overpowering.
Of course.
To answer.
Of course.
Okay. George, Butler, and Jessica each forcefully nodded their heads and put their fists together. Poor Maria just left her.
I mean, she's
Then,
a kid, so it would make sense.
Yeah. Then Jessica headed off to her own room as designated. Her form disappeared into the darkness of the rose garden, waving in the strong winds. Watching her go, George and Butler gripped their fists even tighter, making them quiver. Left on the second floor, Maria watched Jessica's back through the window. She wore a blank expression.
みんなは何を息巻いてるのか。ベアトリーチェが蘇れば、みんな生き返らせてもらえるのにね。
It's because I don't believe in that, girl.
Jessica's form was already being completely swallowed up by the darkness. At that time, the phone began to ring again. Butler and George heard it and came clamoring back, but Maria picked up the receiver right away.
もしもし。マリア様ですか？シャノンです。ジョージ様に代わっていただけますか？
This time it was Shannon on the phone. And this time the message was to tell the next person, George, where he was to go.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they're doing everything together, but they're getting called one at a time. I see.
God damn it, game! Fuck!
You know this game teases everything. You should know.
I know. Oh, wait! Wait. Wait.
What is this? Where are we going? Oh, okay, we're gonna see Jessica.
Yes. Ah.
You were waiting for this part?
This part to me is extremely nice.
Okay.
This whole part to me is extremely nice.
Okay.
But it's gonna be like a climax of things. It's not just this scene.
I see.
Of course, since the time of her birth, Jessica had been raised in this mansion. The atrophied western-style house that the cousins called a mansion was her home. And yet, she had never understood their cousin's feelings as much as she did today. At the same time, she had never felt her own home, which she knew well, to be as alien as it seemed now.
I mean, a house that be completely empty could
How
be
is this big to be completely empty? Yeah.
could be very strange, very eerie.
Their own room. This had once been her hideaway, the only place in this vast mansion where she could feel at peace. However, she had never felt as much pressure coming from that door as she did now.
テストだって。一体何が待ち受けてやがるんだ。
Is it gonna be canon inside?
まさか私の机とか引っ
Or
かき
maybe
回
an
して
extra
ねえだろ
chair, which is same thing.
Come on, Furcano. She acted tough, trying to deceive herself. Trying to make herself believe that she wasn't scared of anything. Readying herself, she opened the door to her room.
Oh, okay.
When she saw that, fortunately, the room didn't appear to be messed up, she relaxed.
Looks normal.
No one was there. Of course. There was nowhere for anyone to hide here. Right away, Jessica locked the door behind her. This way, the room was safe.
I'm not sure about
For a
that.
human, maybe. She peeked under the bed and in the closet, but of course, no one was hiding.
Okay, good idea.
なんだってんだ
She looked at the clock. It was just past
10 minutes past 11 p.m.
10 past 11. There we go.
Yeah.
PM. As her tension lessened and fatigue came back to her entire body, she realized how messed up this whole day had been. It was still about 11 p.m. The plan had been for all of the cousins to gather, have fun playing around, and talk animatedly about various things together into the night. Normally, we would have been doing that kind of thing right now. Why has that turned into this?
全部あのクソジジイのせいだ。よくも母さんをみんなを
She shook her head back and forth with anger and sadness. But there was no one here to direct those emotions at. Because of the lock, this room security was guaranteed. Remembering that one more time, Jessica somehow regained her calm. If it keeps up like this and nothing happens, I want to go to the dining hall and see Mom's dead face.
The outlet remains.
Even though Goda emphasized so strongly that it was gruesome, and I definitely shouldn't go to look at it. Even so, I wanted to see her face at the end.
It's not a good idea, girl.
But we were warned repeatedly that stepping out of line even a little would put the hostages in danger. Could it be that locking the door was also against the rules? If I close myself up in here, I alone might be saved. But if I don't open it, it will surely go against the rules, and Dad, Kanon-kun, Shannon, Aunt Kirie, and Dr. Nanjo will be killed. There's no way the scales will balance out between 5 lives and my own 1 life. Jessica tightly shut her eyes, resisting the other part of herself that said, "Isn't it okay as long as I stay alive?" Faced the door and made to unlock it. At the time, a crisp applause rang out, making Jessica's heart leap.
鍵をかけたままならルール違反ということになり、人質たちにも危害が及ぶかもしれません。しかしそれでも自分の命だけはしかしあなたはその誘惑に耐え、自ら鍵を開けようとし、そのあなたの勇気は称賛に値します。
Oh, was that the challenge, Prue? The test?
If I, the owner of this room, searched everywhere a human could have been hiding,
Emphasis on human.
where did this man come from? There was nowhere for a human to hide.
Human being the key word.
But could something non-human have managed it? This was supposedly my first meeting with this largely built, middle-aged man. I didn't recognize this guy. but looked like a butler and bore the crest of the one-winged eagle.
はじめまして、ジェシカ様。私は親方様より家具頭を任されております。72柱の27位。
Oh, demon. Okay, that's what I mean.
ロの上と申します。
ロの上、源氏さん。
ああ、源氏は私の弟のような存在。
Do you remember that I told you that a very big hint was in Genji's name in the text box?
And is that a number?
No,
No?
It's written Ronoue Genji. Ronoue Genji.
Does that mean anything?
Ronove.
Yeah. I understand that. Is there a meaning that I do not see out of the names? That is my question.
Yeah, they are related somehow, apparently.
Oh, is Genji is surname? Okay, I didn't get that. Okay. But he never says it's never written.
It's written in the text box. In the name text box.
It just says Ronove in the text box.
No, Genji had Ronoue. Ronoue Genji.
Really?
Yes.
I do not remember.
Think it's here. I don't think it's here though. This says servant in the text box.
But I think in the text
Genji.
box it just says Genji.
No.
No?
It said Ronoue.
I never noticed, honestly.
I knew that.
あるいはこの世界における
I see.
私の正しい姿だったのかもしれません。より白だったと言っても良いでしょう。
Oh, so it's like Kumasawa and Virgilia or something like that?
Something like that, yes.
何を言ってん
You know
だ。
the vessels that are used to summon people.
I see.
Sometimes items, sometimes people, apparently.
So is there an equivalent for Canon and Shannon as well?
Could be.
おっと、これは失礼しました。人間には話しても理解できぬ話。それでは本題に移りましょう。
クソジジイの言うテストとかいうやつだな。
さようで、こちらが親方様がジェシカ様に賜れましたテストでございます。
At Ronove's elegant gesture, like that of a butler ordering for a meal to be set out, many gold butterflies flew up of nowhere. As a cloud of gold butterflies spun around in a small twirl, they gathered in one place. Then, that golden mound disappeared like a pile of leaves blown away by a cold wintry wind. And there lay a western envelope with a winged eagle crest done in gold leaf. I didn't say it.
You were very close to saying that, though. I heard
Very
it.
close, but I didn't say it.
I have one thing that I do not remember. In this chapter, I don't think Kinzo ever threw away the ring. This time.
We haven't seen Kinzo throwing the ring away.
I mean, it would make sense for him not throwing it away this time, because it's actually acting as the head for this time, so it should have the ring.
Yeah. With a gesture, Runaway urged her to pick it up. Jessica timidly did so and opened the letter inside.
なんだ。
非常にシンプルな次期当主の資格を探るテストでございます。そこに記されている問いにどうか
We're not gonna know what it says, right?
No, we are gonna.
それに至ったお考えをお聞かせください。
Speaking, Jessica looked between the paper and Ronove's face several times.
See, we're not gonna know. Not for now.
Not for now, but George is here at that time. And
Of
George,
course, because
would be
the
cool.
game, this game loved the season so much. Oh, God.
No, trust me. Trust me. This scene is gonna be amazing. Trust me.
Okay.
It's the timing.
So
they have
George's
to-
here.
George is here in the shed. In the, the pavilion.
Yeah, which is a very peculiar place to call George to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely not a
It's
coincidence.
Yeah, exactly. At that time, George, who had been called out after Jessica, could be seen in the harbor on the Rose Garden.
They haven't called Butler or Maria yet, so the only two of them.
If things had gone normally, he had planned to give Shannon the ring that would be proof of their engagement here at this time on this day.
Oh yeah, we know about that, dude.
But the woman in front of George now was not Shannon.
Who is it? Gaap?
Yes, it's Gaap.
Of
読
course.
みなさい。それがゴールドスミスからあなたに与えられるテスト。
Okay, no, I have to tell this because every time I hear Gaap voice, I have a neural activation every freaking time.
Why?
I don't know. It's just her voice. I don't know.
It's an amazing voice.
Yes. By the way,
George picked up the Western envelope, which was on the table where it once had tea with Shannon, and read its contents. Perhaps its message was short. After glancing at it, George's eyes grew sharp.
なんだい
見てん通りよ。それがあなたに与えられる次期当主の資格を次期当主としての資格を自らに問いながらその問いに答えなさい。
なんてバカな問題だ。
そうね、本当にバカな問題ね。ならゴールドスミスにとっての後宮家の家督なんてその程度のものなんじゃない？
what actually? Are they asking him to choose between the head and Shannon? It would be the best question for him. The most fitting question for him.
George lowered his eyes to the surface of the letter once again, examining its contents. George and Jessica. While the tests given to them were slightly different, they were almost exactly the
I
same.
see. Okay, I see. They're asking them, hey, do you want to be the Ushimiya family head or Shannon/Canon? I mean, to be with them. That's what I mean. You
以
can
下
know.
に掲げる3つのうち2つを得るために1つを
Okay,
生
yeah,
贄
I
に
mean,
捧げよう
something
Close
similar.
enough.
Close enough.
Close enough,
I
yes.
wasn't expecting a choice out of 3. Okay.
簡単な3択じゃない。どれを見殺しに選ぶか自ら決めなす。選択を拒めばテストは中断。私の手であなたをこの場で殺してしまってもいい？それさえも選択肢に含めるなら4択ね。私君みたいなこと遊ぶのは随分久しぶりだからそれも嫌いじゃないわよ。
Not even gonna comment this phrase.
Yes.
この3択はあくまでもテストなのか、それとも選択は結果を伴うのか。
What do you think, dude?
何を甘えてる？君が選択したものは必ず命を落とす。
Of course.
Among the 3 mentioned below, in order to gain 2, sacrifice 1. 1, your life. 2, Shannon's life.
Of course, that was an option.
3, everyone else's lives.
Okay. It's actually more picked it because it would have never chosen the gold or the Shimiya head family.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. So it's his life, Shannon, and everyone else, and he must eliminate one of these three.
To save 2, yes.
Mm.
If you do not choose, all of the above will be lost.
Okay, so not choosing is not an option.
どうしてシャノンの名がここにあるんだ。
2番目の選択肢にはそのものが最も必要とする愛する者の名が。
The second choice is the name of the most needed and most loved by the testing. Oh, okay. Apart earlier, did we ever seen this jar with these sharp eyes like this?
I
Don't
maybe
recall.
Maybe once or twice, but he's usually not in this kind of situations.
Yeah.
ジェシカへのテストの2番にはカノンって書かれているはずだ。
Of course.
このバカな問題をジェシカにも出したのか。
Not there, but yeah.
ジェシカのことなんかどうでもいいでしょ。今試されているのはあなた。実に簡単な3択だわ。他の2つのためにどれを捨てられるかということよ。簡単でしょ。
Not really, but okay.
それでも決まらないならコインでも貸してあげようかしら。
Remember that it's the Kinzo wants to test the resolve.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
2面しかないものでどうやって3択を。
I mean, I understand. I could understand which choice Kinzo would like. Because I think for Kinzo, think about him. He lost his entire family and recreated everything from nothing, basically.
Yes.
Which, now that I say it out loud, it really sounds like alchemy, for real, for real. Like creating something from nothing. The main quest for alchemy.
Yes.
So yeah.
For real, for real.
For real, for real. So, yeah, I mean, I think the point here is for Kinzo saying, okay, you have to choose the thing you want the most. I want to see if you have the resolve to choose. That's okay, As. Have a good night. I want to see if you have the guts of choosing the thing you want the most and completely forget about everything else.
Yes.
So I think here the option. No, go to bed. Good night. Don't worry. Good night. So I think here the choice that Kinzo would like is you have to choose your life and Shannon or Canon,
Yes.
depending whoever you are, and sacrifice the lives of the others. Because you want, I say that I want to see your resolve, so that's the thing, probably.
自分の命を捨てられる者がいるわとなればおのずと残る選択肢は2つになる。
I mean, someone would probably.
愛する者のために全ての人間を諦めるか、一人でも多くを救うために愛する者一人を諦めるか。どっちにももっともらしい大義名分がつけられるわ。だって今やこの六軒島は悪魔の島ですもの。人間の世界の甘ったるい馴れ合いなんて必要ないの。誰も責めないわ。あなたの心の赴く後ろ宮家の家督を継ぐにふさわしい資格が自らにあるかを問いながら。
Okay, I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. I know. I wanted to hold it, but I can't. I literally can't.
No. Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Please, everyone, do not fall asleep on. Please do go to the bathroom when you need it. Please. It's important. It's extremely important. Stuff is happening over here. Take care of yourselves because it's important that you do so. Stuff is happening. I see. Stuff is happening. Okay, no, we're back. What? How do I explain this to Pixel when he comes back? Like, stepped away for 1 minute and stuff happened. Stuff happened. I can't speak today. When can I ever speak?
I'm back. See?
I love this song.
It was fast.
Hi. Yes. Stuff happened. The stream like fell for a second. I don't know. Stuff happened.
I have no lost phonograms. Could it be it was on your side? Because I have 0% of frame loss.
Maybe.
And 0 lost frames. So
Maybe on my side on Twitch, I'm not too sure.
it's definitely not me. I mean, it's the best it's the most stable connection I've had for like months, honestly. So, and now it's gonna destroy. Look at that, just because I save it.
Bam. Anyway.
いいえ自らが後ろ宮家当主であると思って選択なさい
Yeah, that's what I meant earlier.
バカにしやがって
Jessica crumpled the letter up and threw it on the floor.
お怒りはごもっともと思います。私も非常にお気の毒で、それでいて実に滑稽な出題だと思います。
Oh, that's why Jessica's in that room, because that simply cannot happen here. Okay, I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah.
自分から死にたいと願う人間なんているもんか。そして愛する人の命を見捨てて生き残りたいと思う人間なんているもんか。そして自分たちだけ良ければ他の人間すべてを見殺しにできる人間なんているもんか。
Kinzo would do that. Definitely. I mean, he's doing that. He's doing it right now.
Actively doing that.
He's actively doing it right now, so yeah.
いいえ、ジェシカ様。いても良いのでございます。
Yeah, see?
ここは六軒島、悪魔の島。今や人間の世界から完全に切り取られ、魔界にどっぷり。
Like cheese fondue.
人の世の価値観など、次の燃えないゴミの日に出してしまいますとも。ですからどう、ジェシカ様が心より欲するものを順にお選びください。その結果、残ったものがこの狂った今宵にふさわしきジェシカ様の回答となりましょう。
ふざけるな。こんなのどれも選べるものかよ。
いずれも選ばねば上記のすべてを失う立派な第四の選択肢でございます。それを選ばれるのもまた一興でございましょう。ただそれを選び結局自らの命を落とされるなら潔く一番
I mean, yes, it would make more sense.
を選び
Yeah.
他の二つを救われた方が全てはジェシカ様の選択に委ねられます。どうぞ後宮家の跡継ぎにふさわしい回答とその信念をお聞かせくださいませ。この炉の上親方様の血を引きし末裔にふさわしき素晴らしい回答を心より期待いたしております。
I mean, the choice that Kinzo wants them to choose is pretty clear.
That scene was observed through the magic crystal ball Kinzo held.
Oh god, Kinzo is the embodiment of the pondering orb right now. He's pondering the orb. I can see him on his desk, sitting on behind his desk with the orb in front of him. He's pondering the orb. That's definitely happening. Someone need to do this meme. If it hasn't been done before, someone need to do this. By the way,
Kinzo finally couldn't hold it back, and spreading his arm and facing the heavens, began laughing in an explosive voice.
of course, like this happens every other minute, so of course.
何を迷うか愚かなる孫たちよ我が末裔たちよ即答できる簡単な問題ではないか朝のトーストにバターを塗るかジャムを塗るかより迷わぬ選択であるというのに
Yeah, of course.
お前たちには正しい答えがわかるか
He turned to face the sister sisters, who had been waiting on him.
いえ、申し訳ございません。私にはわかりません。ゴールドスミス教。
愚か者め、選べもせぬとはな。ゲームオーバー。自らの生きる理由も目的も見出せん愚かなウサギめ。貴様など誰にも気づかれずに踏みつぶされて生を終えるアリ一匹ほどの価値もないわ。死ね、潰れろ。私が瞬きしている間に消えてなくなれ。
Oh, I think someone did that before Kinzo. Someone named Rosa to one of them.
お前はどうか。
私は一番の自分の命を生贄とするであります。
Okay, for a servant this will make sense.
ブグは戦い、知ってこそであります。そしてブグは敵を撃ち滅ぼし、味方を守るためにある。愛する者たちを守って死ねるなら本望であります。
ほう、ブグらしい実に見事な模範解答。
In their case, it will make sense.
即答、大いに結構。そう答えれば。人参が一本余計にもらえると教えられてきたのか違うよなそれすらも違うよなそう聞かれたらそう答えようとお前はただ吹き込まれた通りに答えたに過ぎないお前も今のウサギと同じだ自分の生きる理由と目的を未だに見出せずに生きている。
I mean, that's her purpose.
Yeah, but to him.
生きる価値なきクズめ。貴様など潰されて他の家畜の餌にでもなるのがお似合いよ。
はっ。家畜の餌光栄であります。
Of course.
違うだろう。
Of course.
もう誰も死ぬところを見たくない。それがなぜ認められぬの。認めろよ。お前の古傷の奥の奥が未だに産んで腐っていること。不臭にて鼻が曲がりそうであるわ。愚かなる腐れウサギめ。お前にはこれが褒め言葉である。
ありがとうございます。であります。
さて。
Oh, she's gonna make the right choice, I bet.
お前はどうか。この三択から何を選ぶ？
にひ。迷うことなく当然2番であります。
Oh, never mind.
おお、2番か。愛する者を生贄に捧げることを胸を張って選べる者は訳を聞かせよ。
愛する者はいつかいなくなるからです。愛する者がいなければ傷つかないし、 いなくてもいつかまた誰かを愛せるかもしれない。だから今愛してるものなんて大した価値はないのですに。にひ
なるほど。それでそういう回答になるわけか。愛に傷ついたがゆえに臆病になったウサギは寂しさで死ぬと聞いたが、お前の心は一体いつ殺されたというのか。ならばウサギよ、問いを変えよう。2番の選択肢を愛するものではなく、
okay.
そなたが愛したものの思い出に変えよう。どうかこれでももう一度選べるか。何が愛してるものに大した価値はないだ、愚かなウサギよ。
Oldest gentle Kinzo, of
自らの
course.
愛の深さにも向かい合えぬクズめ。選んでみよ。愛したものを忘れられると選んでみや。選べるだろう。選べるものな。ほら選べるって言ってみろよ。
選べるであります。選べるであります。
ゴールドスミス卿、それくらいでどうかお許しを。
That's the wrong sprite.
Oh, it was 00.
The voice was
There was
00.
00, yeah.
もうよいわクズ。お前たちはワルギリアのところへ行き、地下牢の見張りを手伝うのだ。消えよ。
The sisters, with the respective old wounds of the heart gouged out, escaped by disappearing. After that, even though there were no one to hear, Kinzo continued talking by himself as though in a play.
とこのように愉快なテストなわけだ。実のところを言えば、これが正解という選択肢はない。むしろどの答えであろうともよどみなく素早く、そして確固たる信念と揺るがぬ強き自らの意志で選べるかどうか。その理由と意志の方が重要なのだ。
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter what they choose, it's the point that they choose. They actually choose. I see.
私はそれを知りたいのだよ。ああ、我が末裔たちよ。お前たちはどのような答えを見せてくれるのか。実に、私ああ、もちろん同じ問いを突きつけられたことがあったと。その悪魔の問いに見事答えたからこそ、私は黄金と名誉と。
Oh, are you telling me that the end of that the only survivor of the Shinomiya family didn't survive by chance, but was actually something that you choose, dude? Is that what happened? They made you choose between things, and that was your choice? Offie is suspiciously silent after my reasoning. Very suspiciously silent. She's laughing now.
Yeah, I realized something, but of course.
Because, I mean, it was a little bit strange that that happened, but one can say, okay, yeah, it could have happened. But now the way he's saying that is that, hey, I actually did. This question has been asked to me before, and I choose. And guess what? Why am I here? Why am I here? So it would make sense. They probably would have told him, "What do you want? Gold? You have to sacrifice one between your life, gold, and the rest of your family." So, or something similar, probably. maybe these are not the main three thing, but the concept was this one. So he probably said, okay, yeah, kill everyone else. And then he got the other two. And that would make sense.
It does, yes.
Okay. I already answered this question, dude. No. Okay. Okay, dude. No, choosing also is not an option, so...
Jessica stared at the letter that had been crushed and lay on the floor. She hung her head in constant silence. All that filled the room was the stir from the wind and rain shaking the treetops. Regardless of how noisy that was actually made the stillness more apparent.
There's one thing that I am thinking here. If those two choose, and I bet they're gonna choose to save Canon and Shannon, because of course they're gonna choose that. How are the two servants gonna react to that?
Probably not great.
Yeah, I mean, that was... I know that was probably not great, but yeah, I mean, that happened. And of course there's gonna be consequences because of that. Because of course there's gonna be consequences. But I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, I waited for Jessica's answer.
Oh, do you want me to read also? I forgot about that.
What time is it? Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Okay. I completely forgot about that because I was like thinking and reasoning and all of that.
No. You go ahead.
However, Jessica didn't answer. Whether she was lost in deep thought or had stopped thinking, Renobe couldn't tell. No, he might actually have known. But cruelly, like a demon, Renobe urged Jessica to voice it. Oh.
はい、聞こえかねました。もう一度お願いできますかな。
Jessica lifted her face and looked straight into Renobe's eyes. It seemed that she had decided on her answer.
殺せよ。
Jessica said it one more time, clearly. Perhaps Renobe had imagined that this would be her answer from the very beginning. Without any surprise, he smiled lightly and nodded.
ジェシカ様ならそのお答えを選ぶと思っておりました。さて、このテストはどの選択肢が正解、不正解というものではありません。重要なのはどのような考えを経てその答えに至ったか。さあ、ジェシカ様の、そして次期当主としての心構えを持って。
別に死にたくて1番目を選んだ。2番のカノン君を死なせること、こんなのもちろん論外だから除外。3番のその他みんなの命、こんなのももちろん論外だから除外。そしたら1番目の選択肢しか残らない。
消去法ですか。積極的にお選びになったわけではないと。
Chuckling slightly, Renobe dropped his gaze. A human couldn't even imagine what answer Demo would have been expecting. All she could understand was this was apparently slightly below Renobe's expectations.
悪くはありませんが、60点というところでしょうか。少し失望しましたよ。
自信を持って選べみたいなこと言っておいて、そうしてやったら失望とは自分勝手な。
消去法というだけではないようですね。いずれにせよ落第点ですが、 もう少しお考えがあるようだ。伺いましょう。
死にたくないさ。だから一番なんて誰だって選びたくない。人は幸せに生きたくて、だから本当はまず一番目なんてありえないはずなんだ。
しかしあなたは一番目の選択肢、自分の命を捨てることを選んだ。その選択肢しか残らなかった。
一応それぞれの選択肢を選んだ後の未来のことを。
ほう、いかがでしたか？
まずカノン君を死なせてみた。私は自分の大好きな人を見捨ててまで生きる残りの生涯、
それはどんな生涯でしたか？
生きるにも値しない最低の女だった。いつまでも自らの選択を悔やみ、ただ後悔だけのために生きる大好きな人を見捨てて生きることを選んだ。私が自ら引導を渡してやる。
勇ましい。では3番目の選択肢も考えられたのでは？
私とカノン君以外の全員を死なせても、カノン君はそんな私を好きになるはず。
Yeah, that was what I was thinking earlier.
そして私もまた、いくらカノン君がいても、そしてその十字架はカノン君にまでのしかかった。私はカノン君に十字架を背負わせるために愚かな選択肢。もしそんなことをする私がいたなら、私はその未来の私を許さない。その女にも私が引導を渡してやる。
Just had pictured it in her mind. The future beyond each of these three choices. There were three Jessicas. Inside you, there are three Jessicas. Of the three, two had regrets. Only one could hold their heads high and smile at Canon.
私さ、生意気にもカノン君に説教をしたことがあるぜ。自分の人生を思い切り生きてみろみたいな。
自分の人生を思い切り生きる、味わいある言葉です。それは意外にとても難しいものです。
だからさ、私が胸を張ってカノン君に見せなきゃならないんだよ。胸を張ってお天道様を真正面から見て、思い切り笑顔でいられる生き方ってや。
あなたの自己犠牲をカノンは受け入れられるでしょう。あなたの身勝手な選択が余計に彼を傷つけてしまうことには。
だから伝言を頼みたい。
ほう、お聞きはしますが、何しろ私は悪魔です。
We all know that you're gonna deliver that message, dude. Don't even
Yeah.
fake it.
You can't fool us.
約束は守らないかも
He's
し
not
れ
a
ませんよ。
bastard.
守って。
You're no one side, dude. We know you're gonna deliver that message. You do whatever the fuck you want all the time.
約束。
Jessica spoke that, looking quite unconcerned. She had asked the demon who was about to take her life to pass on the message, and she didn't think at all that she would be betrayed. At the extremely innocent smile, Ronobi closed his eyes lightly and shrugged his shoulders.
いいでしょう。それで彼に何と伝えればよろしいですか？
カノン君の思いっきりの人生を。ちょっと違う。カノン君のじゃない。本当の名前は未だに教えてもらえないけど、本当のカノン君の人生を思いっきり生きて。
Oh, they are listening. Okay.
伝えて。お嬢様。
ジェシカ、お前というやつは。
炉の上は気まぐれですから、伝言をしなかった可能性。幸運でしたね。私がこの光景を見せていて。
A musty three-sided mirror has sat beyond the bars, and the scene with Jessica was reflected on it. On the mirror, the scene with George was reflected in the same way. Wait. So, what about the third side?
No, we don't know.
None of them question how a three-sided mirror had appeared from a group of butterflies, nor did they wonder why this scene with Jessica and George were reflected on it, because the reflected scenes themselves were more important.
そこまでこいつのために命をも投げ出せるというのか。
申し訳ありません。
Cross looked at Kano with a complicated expression mixed in with a bitter smile. Kano wouldn't meet his eyes.
ワルギリア様、お嬢様が命を落とされることは僕を殺してください。2番目の選択肢に。それで、全ては丸く収まるはずです。
その願いを私に叶えること
Yeah, I
は
don't
でき
think
ま
she
せん。
can.
これはジェシカの選んだ自らの選択なのですから。
At that time, suddenly the air split and the Sister Sisters appeared, flying into Virgilia's chest. Oh! They have been scolded, of course.
私だって
Look at traumas.
困ってるのであります。
I mean, and also, it actually makes sense because they are like children toy, so it makes sense they have like this character. If you think about it, they are... They could... You could think them like parts of Maria's personality. If you think about it.
Yeah, you could say so, I think. If you assume that Maria had created them.
I mean, the bunnies are her, so...
They're toys, yes.
Are toys, so... And also, her being the witch of origin, creating things, she created ch.4 and all of that. Who else could it be? And we are seeing in the third chapter, her with the Sister Sisters. So, also that, I mean... Virgilia who still didn't have a clue what was going on, was mobbed by the zombie Sister Sisters.
はいはい、大丈夫ですよ、大丈夫ですよ。美味しいお紅茶を入れてあげますからね。お前たち、ここの見張りを任せます。不審な真似をしたらすぐに知らせるのですよ。
The good attendants all faced each other, nodding their heads. Pia took the sisters and left. The sound of them going upstairs could be heard, so they had probably gone up to an upper floor.
チャンスだわ。このヤギ頭どもは頭が悪いみたい。
I mean,
う
yeah.
まく騙せないかしら。
He realized that an opportunity had arrived, but even so, she hadn't thought of a way to break the metal bars. Jessica, reflected on the three-sided mirror, had her eyes closed as though in contemplation. The way she had both hands stuck into her pockets, wanted to be defiant till the very end might have been her own aesthetic stance.
私の言い分は以上だ、殺せよ。
わかりました。それでは、ご安心を。あなたへの死は、どんな眠りよりも優しく、慈悲深いものにいたしますよ。
As Renova raised his palm, he slowly approached Jessica.
くそー
Realized that his daughter was about to be killed, Kraus went half mad and repeatedly body slammed the metal bars. The gods looked like they were sneering how a mere human didn't stand a chance at breaking those bars. Kraus' pointless efforts certainly may have been comical, but Kraus was giving it everything he had. He was now living with all he had as Jessica's father, so he could save her. Kano made the tight fist with both hands. If he used his curse power, he might be able to cut through even metal bars, but there were a full 3 goats. There was no way he could defeat 3 of them in an instant. He would instantly be reported, and then even Virgilia and Chess's sisters would probably dash in. Even if he could break the bars, that would be the end of it. It was useless. Kano already knew that the witch sneered at useless efforts like that. So he could do nothing but stare across repeated body slams.
庄司様。
Chano, who had been looking at the three-sided mirror, raised her voice. When they looked, they could see George, who had been silent the whole time, lift his face. It seemed that George also decided on an answer. I'm curious about George's answer because I am not sure what he could choose, honestly.
Do you see how these scenes are interconnected with each other? Isn't this extremely satisfying?
As always, this thing has been extremely well written.
Yeah.
君の答え。
ああ、決まったよ。
I am curious about this choice, by the way, because I can't really understand what his answer could be, honestly. I don't. Maybe I think he could choose to sacrifice the third option, so everyone else. I could see that.
それは揺るぎない答え？
ああ、揺るぎないね。
なら聞かせてもらうわ。ああ、ちなみにジェシカはどうも自分の命を差し出すことを選んだようよ。
Oh, she even saying? Okay.
まさか優柔不断な君も同じ答えを選んだって言うんじゃないでしょう。
ジェシカはジェシカの答えを出したのさ。それがどの選択であろうとも。それはジェシカの答えだ。僕の答えに何も干渉しないよ。
そう。なら改めて聞くわ。以下に掲げる3つのうち2つを得るために1つを生贄に捧げよ。1、自分の命。2、シャノンの命。3、それ以外の全員の命。あなたが選んだのはまさかジェシカと同じ1番？
違うね。
I knew it.
へえ。
Gaap looked a little surprised because she had thought this timid-looking man would obviously choose that option. No, honestly, he is very resolved. So,
ならよかったわ。
I mean, to go behind your parents and actually propose to the girl that they don't want you to choose, it means you have a big resolve.
私にとって一番退屈な選択肢が外れてくれてよかった。
Behind Eva specifically.
Yeah.
I would like to pinpoint.
じゃあまさかとは思うけど2番シャノンの命を
No, never gonna happen. Never gonna happen.
まさか。
Of course.
今夜まさに婚約指輪を贈ろうという相手をどうして僕が。
I knew it.
これは大胆だわ。それが君の答えなの。
そうさ。僕の答えは3番さ。
I knew it. George took the third option, everyone else's lives. And surprisingly, Gaap hadn't imagined he'd give an answer like that. She had been sure that he'd choose the same one as Jessica. So she was interested in how he had reached that answer. Is this also part of the, you know, the magic that Beatrice gave to Shannon? Is this also part of that?
Wait, what part of it?
You know,
what magic that
Beatrice gave the brooch to Jessica and said, if you have it on you, George is gonna fall for you. Okay? And
okay,
you could see this choice part of that choice from Shannon as well. Because Shannon has been granted that magic.
if we assume that the background of chapter 2 is the same for all of the chapters because of the Tori that has been torn down, because of the mirror that
I
has
mean,
been
that
broken.
part was definitely much before the family reunion. So
If we assume that,
that is a background that works as background for every chapter, for what it appears at least.
assuming that, Shannon has not had the brooch on her for a very long time.
Yeah, but it happened already, so...
Yes, but from the moment that she took the brooch off, she has been feeding her own love with George herself, without magic.
With... It's not exactly what I mean, but yeah, I understand what you're trying to tell me. I got my answer even if you didn't ask precisely what I asked. That's what I'm gonna say.
Sorry.
That's okay. I've still got my answer. How we had reached an answer that has surprised the imagination of the 33rd ranked of the 72 demons.
聞かせてほしいわ。自分と愛する婚約者だけが無事で、それ以外の全てを犠牲にできる境地というのを聞かせてほしいわ。あなたもジェシカと同じで消去法というやつ？
違うね。はっきりこれしか僕には選択肢がないのさ。
自分さえ良ければいいと？
More or less.
愛する女と引き換えに世界を犠牲にできると？
君は何を言っているんだい？
何？
George phrased the demon as he spoke, almost though as he was disgusted.
僕は今夜ここシャノンを呼び出し、婚約の証である指輪を渡すつもりだった。僕とシャノンの婚約を祝福しない者もきっと多いだろう。僕は彼女との婚約を宣言することで親族すべてを敵に回すと
See,
覚
it's
悟していた。
more or less what I was thinking about.
僕にはあるんだよ。この島に訪れたその時から、いや彼女に婚約したいと打ち明けたその時からね。
結婚さえできれば他の何もかも犠牲にできると。
As long as you get what it wants, more than that.
結婚とは自分は生涯妻の味方であり続けるという。僕にはその時点で彼女のために世界の全てを敵に回す覚悟があるんだ。
What if you also have Shannon as your enemy, though? I don't think she's gonna like this answer. The word through the three-sided mirror also reached Shannon's ears, and the determination reached her eyes. Summer certainly had promised to be given an engagement ring tonight. Then this incident had occurred, and she hadn't been able to receive the ring. But now, even though it wasn't in the form of a ring, Shannon had received something even greater. And as proof of that, a single tear with the same sparkle as a diamond dripped down.
それは何とも振るった答えだ。なるほど。よく考えたら君にこれは気楽な選択肢だわ。だって君の両親は第一の番に、今さら君にとって死んで困る人間は誰もいない。なるほどね。これは簡単な選択だった。
何とでも言うがいい。これが僕の、そして僕の次期当主としての覚悟と選択だ。
The sparkle in George's eyes was brilliantly sharp. For just an instant, Gaap felt the same sense of threat as Kinzo, and was slightly overwhelmed. I just thought about something. Each of the grandchildren got something in common with Kinzo. Why did I never see these? Because I didn't know about this, of course. Think about this. Maria got the magic obsession, the love for occult, and stuff like that. Okay, George got Kinzo's determination. Butter got Kinzo hard head, basically.
Oh, right, and the resistance for magic.
And the resistance for magic, but you could see that those two goes together, probably. Yes. And maybe the only one is Jessica that doesn't really have anything too similar to Kinzo.
Maybe the way that she talks.
That's right. That she speaks.
Like being indomitable.
What?
Like being indomitable.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe that. You could see that. I could see that applying to her. Apply to her. So yeah, they all have something similar to Kinzo.
なるほど。ゴールドスミスと同じ答え。というわ君もあどけなさそうな顔して。将来はとんだ悪魔になるわけね。なんだ。私たちとてもうまくやれそうじゃない。君がゴールドスミスの後を、そしてやがては私は召喚され、君に仕えることもあるか。それも案外面白いかもしれないわね。
Gaap had needed to change her opinion of George. This man bore a determination and resolve unimaginable from his outward appearance. And not just now, but since the very beginning.
僕には今すぐ闘志を継承する覚悟がある。いや違うね。君はこのテストを闘志として考えろと言った。だから僕は
That is true as well.
自分が闘志であると前提して答えたんだ。いや、それすら違う。闘志そのものとして考え、僕は今後ろ宮家の当主なんだ。
見事だわ。そこまで言えるなんてね。君はどうやらかなりの大物だわ。バトラとマリアのテストはまだだけど、私は君が合格でいい気がする。でもその答えがかけねなしの本当のものならね。
僕の覚悟を疑うと。
君が選んだ選択肢を実行できる？今すぐ自らの手でこの島に存在する全ての命を生贄に。自らの手でよ。
できるね。
Oh!
That's new.
That's definitely new.
その覚悟はあると僕は何度も言っている。
ならば今すぐゲストハウスに戻り、バトラとマリアを殺しなさい。それが終わったら他の人質たちも連れて君の手でシャノン以外の全員をその目の前で処刑して。できるんでしょ？
できるね。僕の覚悟は君程度のそれとはレベルが違う。
ならば実行しな。全てに死を。新しき後ろ宮家の当主としてこの血塗られた儀式の遂行を。
了解したよ。実行する。僕は今やもう後ろ宮。
ええ、そうよ。自らの手でその玉座を赤く染めなさい。君は悪魔たちを滑る魔界の王となる。
So the perfect boy isn't as perfect as they thought. Okay. Gaap was convinced. His mentor was fitting to succeed Kinzo's madness.
吹けよ嵐、鳴らせよ雷鳴。新しき魔王の誕生を祝うがいい。悪魔の島は今新しい王を迎えた。
In response to the demon's call, a tempest raged more and more. Then a massive lightning bolt fell, its tearing thunder and brilliant light giving the sensation of a moment of silence.
でさ、その殺害の順番だけど僕が決めていいわけだよね。
どうぞご自由に。新しき六軒島の魔王陛下、あなたの御心の赴くまま。
とりあえずさ、その一番目が君になるわけだけど。
Oh, it was all an act?
いいかな。
え
Gus the wind blew, steering up George's jacket as if it was a cloak. It was very much like the cloak worn by the head. It definitely carried that impression of dignity. At that time, Gaap truly did see the storm wiped away and the sky covered with a pure white and vast full moon. The man who called himself the new head bore the full moon on his back, as near that the demon.
後宮家親族の全ての命さえも今や僕の財産だ。それに損害を出してくれた賠償、安くは済まないよ。まさか 僕の両親に夏日おばさん、ルドルフおじさん、ローザおばさん、そして源氏さんの命を奪っておいて、この僕が見逃すと。
はは生意気よ。
Oh, scene change again. Okay. Ron was trying to press his palm against Jessica's chest and stop her heart. Right before he could, his hand stopped. On the carpet at their feet, two small red flowers bloomed with a plop plop. The seed of those flowers was way up high, piercing into the heavens, on Jessica's fist. Ronova's nose was stained red with spewing blood, and those drops had been dripping onto the carpet.
ちなみに、さっきのは乙女としての回答、次期当主としての回答は別だぜ。
お伺いします。
What? Where's the ball coming from?
人も家族も親族もみんな私が守る。私が当主ならそれは私の責務だ。お父さんは威張ってるだけじゃない。
This is new music, by the way.
Yes.
私は母さんを守ってた。後ろ宮家を受け継ぐ重圧ってやつと何十年も戦ってた。だからわかるぜ、次期当主ってのはな。だからさ、捨てられるんだよ。自分の命くらい簡単にかけられちまうんだよ。
Jessica knew. She knew that in order to protect her family, her father had bluffed and fought alone continuously. Jessica understood something that his back had been telling her. I wasn't expecting... This is almost metal. The guitar.
Yes.
After another left straight was buried into Ronaldo's face. The terrifying strike wasn't just due to the brass knuckles she was using. Oh, she punched him! Okay, that's what I was...
Do you remember that she got described as having her hands into their pockets? Like
Yeah, because she was trying to get the brass knuckles. Yes. Okay, I see. It was a strike of a person. A family could throw away everything in order to protect.
父さんが次期当主の資格を失ったなら、順当に次の当主は私が継承するぜ。後ろ宮家当主、後ろ宮ジェシカ。これ以上好きにさせるほどふぬけちゃいねえぜ。
素晴らしい回答。先ほどの点数を改めましょう。その回答に10点。見事な左ストレートに10点。
ってことはあと20点プラスで100点満点だな。
Oh, he's throwing two other punches, I see. As when we jumped backwards, saw more salty enemy there, he violently wiped away the blood from his nose. That became not blood, but petals of a red rose. The bottom of his face that was wiped off, and in its place was a green filled with a delight he hadn't felt in so many centuries that he couldn't remember.
ジェシカ様の覚悟、満点に値するかどうか。このロノ
うぜえぜ、かかってきやがれ。
おいで、奈落へ。
Suddenly beneath George's feet, a pitch-black pitfall opened its mouth wide. Of course, George had no way of resisting. After being swallowed up by that, George fell out of a pitch-black hole that had opened up in the ceiling of the arbor. This is a very... I mean, if it wasn't even that piece of the skirt, we would have seen everything.
Yes, I was about to say that the part of the dress is.
There's a very lucky gust of wind, let me tell you.
Also, technically, that's not how the skirt would have moved.
Of course, it. I mean, look at. No wait. What the heck? This is completely bugged. What the?
Oh no! Oh well, later.
I mean, in any case, look at this. If you look at this, I don't know if you can see the mouse actually, but if it wasn't for this white frill at the bottom,
yeah, we would have seen everything.
as George fell down, he was hit by a reverse roundhouse kick from a sharp stiletto heel, like a strike from a carefully aimed bee. The instant George, after being blown out of the arbor, thought that he would be swallowed up by a rosebush. Another pitch black hole opened there and swallowed George up. And this time, a pitch black hole opened at Gaap's feet before her eyes, spitting a defenseless George out of it. At that time, Gaap had already finished the preparatory motions for the next reverse roundhouse kick. Again, but this is even bigger. Okay. Okay, so there was a moment for without text. Right side of the head, below the right armpit, side of the right knee. As Gaap danced and spun like a small cyclone, she kept hitting him left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot with successive roundhouse kicks. The fourth one became a sweep, cutting Joe's feet out from under him and making him fall down. But of course, there was no floor there, but a pitch black hole, and George was swallowed up once more again. Gaap once again spun around like a small cyclone. George was once again spat out from the ceiling of the arbor. Oh, cool catchphrase. And now we have electronic music on this other side. What the heck is going on? The shy strike of the queen bee pierced the heavens like a rising cyclone. This is a cool, very cool phrase even out of context, but okay.
Yes.
It kicked George's lower chest as he fell from the ceiling. And then time froze. George was pinned immediately by Gaap's raised leg. Still pinned in midair, George moaned. Then Gaap, with George still hung up on her foot, grinned.
認めてあげる。君の態度だけは一人前よ。でも、力が伴わなきゃダメだわ。知ってる？この世を滑るには3つの力が必要だそうよ。一つは権力、一つは財力、最後は何か知ってる？
本で読んだよ。暴力だろう。
せえ、君にはそれが足りないわよ。
Gaap finally released George. She kicked upwards one more time, changing into another roundhouse kick and knocking him into a pillar.
権力を伴わない王者にも、財力を伴わない王者にも、そして暴力を伴わない王者にも、人は誰も恐れない。
The structure of the phrase here is completely different from English.
金蔵はその3つを兼ね備えたわ。だからこそ、暴君として君臨した。ほら、いつまで寝ているの？立ちなさい。じゃないとまた落ちるわよ。
Oh, this is very Toho.
Yes.
This is immediately very Toho.
悪くない動きですよ。しかし、レディには少々ふさわしくないかと
Remember
存
that
じます。
Jessica had a Marisa costume.
Yeah. No, but still.
いやーひょろひょろとちょこまかと反撃してこねえのかよ。なめてんのか、うぜえやつ。
Rovender skillfully jumped back and avoided Jessica's fist, but he still didn't strike back himself. Because of a dodge that was as rapid as fluttering flag, As a fluttering flag blown down by strong wind, Jessica's fist wasn't even able to touch him. Amidst the sensation that her own blood was boiling, Jessica regained her offensive composure. Even though this room was large for a bedroom, it was a very cramped place to keep us such exaggerated dodges in for long. She came to realize that and started using not just her feet but her legs as well.
ボクシングは腕でやるだけのうちは半人前です。腕は熱く吠えたける獅子のように、そして足は冷たく獲物を狙って追い詰める蛇のように。
蛇に足はねえぜ。
確かに。
I love that this was somehow an interaction fitting for this.
Honestly, yes. And Jessica is the one that can definitely respond to Ronove.
Yes.
Jessica began cornering Ronove towards the wall with perfect footwork. She didn't let him get around her. Ronove's magnificent dodges looked flashy, but he needed a large footing. Once cornered, he wouldn't be able to dodge anymore. Jessica knew the characteristic of her weapon, the brass knuckle, very well. His powerful weapon's most notable characteristic was how it didn't give the opponent a chance to defend. Even if they blocked with their arm, that arm would receive direct damage. If it hit the wrong way, it might even break the bone. So she cornered him. With his fists, she had whittled away at his demons who lost any way to escape.
ようやく追い詰めたぜ。みんなを捕らえている場所はどこだ。クソジジイのいる場所はどこだ。洗いざらい喋ったらそのヒゲをむしり取るだけで勘弁してやるぜ。
それは困ります。これでもセットに毎朝1時間をかけているのですから。
I can see that happening.
Yes.
キブスの世話になったらそれもできねえな。
Ronove, I wonder what kind of skincare, night skincare Ronove does, because he definitely do that.
Yes.
Ronove blocked Jessica's fist with his arm. He tried to act as though it was no big deal, but it must have hurt a lot. I mean, it's a piece of metal on your arm, so...
Yeah.
Jessica grinned. Ronove smiled the same way, but twitched slightly.
なるほど、これは確かに痛いですね。
最終勧告。泣いて詫びろ。
それはできません。キャラが崩れます。
なら、お前が崩れをするべちだ。
I love this scene too much.
Jessica's fists were buried into Ronove, but there was a resistance that seemed too hard, and the sound of breaking glass which startled Jessica. At glance, it looked like Ronove had caught Jessica's fist with his palm. That wasn't quite true. Ronove opened his hand, a faint purple glowing barrier like a glass shield appeared, stopping the attack by a hair's breadth. Pulling herself together, Jessica let her first fly again, but with a truly magnificent gesture, Ronove caught all of them.
悪魔ですので、この程度の魔法くらいは、それにしてもなかなかやりますね。人間だったら私はここで降参だったでしょう。悪魔だからまだ戦い続けることができる。
おかしな真似を。
それで終わりですか。攻撃を繰り出すばかりで、ご自身の防御がおろそかではありませんか。
え
Ronove's spell shot to within a hair's breadth of Jessica's stomach. Jessica was knocked away by the purple shield, rolled backward, and smashed her head into the bed.
人間ごときに私のシールドは破れませんよ。もう二度と私の体に触れることができると思わぬことです。
ならよ、そのシールドごとぶち抜いてやるぜ。
不屈な方だ。その根性。なるほど。もう少しお相手させていただきましょうか。これも試験官の役得です。
砕けろー
This could be done so well in a completely animated in like an anime or a movie or something.
In the anime, it was quite cool, from what I remember.
Gaap looked down on George, sneering. George was on a path in the rose garden, lying face down in a puddle. Merciless rain beat down on him, so they looked like as though even the heavens were mocking him.
立ちなさい。また落ちるわよ。
Imagine this kind of scene from the UFO table.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. UFO table, honestly, they would have been the best for this. They would be the best for doing this stuff. Even like Demon Slayer is like amazingly well done. I don't know if you've seen any of that, but it's amazing.
No, I should. The one thing that doesn't really attract me from Demon Slayer is the angular art style that he has. But I keep hearing a lot of good stuff.
Demon Slayer art style, it's very peculiar because it's made in a way that it looks like one of those old prints, Japanese prints. It's actually made like that on purpose because they were kind of similar to that. It's not the same style, of course, but it's partly inspired by that. Because, you know, it's about samurais and stuff like that, demons and yokais and all of that stuff. So it actually made sense, made it like that. The only thing about that is that the ending of that entire story sucks. So, yeah. And it's a big shame because it was going very well, in my opinion.
Oh well.
Not the best thing in the world, but what it was doing right. And then the power of friendship and God.
Usual stuff. Okay.
Why? I was like, why you were going so well, and then yeah, all of that.
Anyway. But with George being kicked around.
Yeah, George stood up shakily. He seemed his spirit hadn't given in, but the damage done to his body was fairly significant.
命乞いなさい。君のしていることは何も選ばない4番目の選択肢
I think he is tricking her again.
君が選んだのは3番目の選択肢。両手両膝をついて詫びれば私への比例を許してあげるわ。そしたら君を力を得、そこで君は愛するシャノンと非力な自分のためにできるわよね。その覚悟はあると。
George didn't answer, but he was still obstinate resisting surrender.
あまり強情が過ぎると今度こそ奈落の底の底。
Gaap's strength was evident. It was probably clear, even more than it was to George himself. Shannon's group watching through the three-sided mirror.
庄司様、もうやめて。私なんかのために。
姉さん。
私のことなんて好きにならなければ、ジョージ様は誰とも戦わなくていいんでしょ。
There probably would have been something else there, girl, so it wouldn't change much.
なら、私なんて捨ててください。忘れてください。
There was no way that the voice could reach George. And even so, George answered.
嫌だね、僕は屈服しない。
へえ、どうして？
それが僕の覚悟だから。僕はシャノンのために全てと戦う。そして全てに認めさせ、全てに僕たちを祝福させる。
ねえ、聞かせて。どうしてあのシャノンとかいう家具のためにそこまで言えるの？あんなのただの出来損ないじゃない。
Oh, you're gonna die, girl. You just said that. You just signed your death certificate.
給仕一つ満足にできないガラクタ家具だわ。
愛する女性への暴言を。
だったら何？ ひ弱な僕ちゃんが
人を愛するとは強い。それを知ったから僕は強くなれた。シャノン、僕は君を。その言葉だけで僕は何度でも立ち上がれるんだ。
シャノンは力よ。私に愛を語られても。
いや、伝わった。それが愛だからだ。シャノンには今そうだと信じられることこそが愛だ。
こいつ。
シャノン、君は家具なんかじゃない。家具だったとしても世界でただ一つの僕だけの家具だ。生涯僕と寄り添ってほしい。僕には君が永遠に必要だ。
庄司様。
焼けるわ。口説きならうちの人を超えたわね。
若さですな。
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Not crying at all, right?
No, no.
愛が強さなら坊やはどうしてその弱さがつまり。婚約者への愛もひ弱、両親のあっけない死に様もひ弱。君の人生は何から何までひ弱だわ。
シャノンは僕に愛と強さを教えてくれた。もし君が僕の強さだけでシャノンへの愛を確かめようというのなら、僕の愛を教えよ
う。言うわね。なるほど。何度も蹴り倒されて転がされ、それでも立ち上がるのがシャノンからもらったなら、あっけなく殺されたあんたのお父さんとお母さん。
At the time there was a blackout. And they were outside?
You're
What?
not ready. You're not ready.
The thing blocking Gaap's vision was the bottom. George. Shoe.
側頭蹴り、尾骨骨折。
It had stopped right in front of the tip of Gaap's nose.
母さんにもらったものは
Oh, of course, it makes sense. We know that Eva was doing martial arts, so
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Several moments after, Gaap jumped back. Of course, it was too late. If George hadn't stopped, it would probably cause the damage he denounced.
そして父さんにもらったのが忍耐力。
Anger with a low ball in his point isn't something to be truly feared. True anger is dispelled by fortitude.
君の暴力的意思表示は理解した。また婚約者と両親への名誉毀損も理解。そしてそれを撤回する気がないんだね。
こいつ。
君の攻撃はもう十分に理解したから、そろそろいいかな。反撃しても。
ほざくな、坊やの分際で。
Oh, I knew it was faking, of course. He's the smart one. I said it earlier, but I think it's faking, of course. Pitch black hole opened its mouth at George's feet. But George rapidly opened his legs, straddling the hole. The same move won't work again. It was a slim, smooth dodge, and the upper part of his body didn't even quiver.
忍耐とは熱くならず冷静に相手の出方を研究することだ。何のために？決まってるじゃないか。わかるかい？
わかんないわよ。
反撃してきっちり借りを返し、二度とちょっかいを出したくないと思わせ、涙と鼻水で顔面をぐちゃぐちゃにして、それを拭うのを忘れて
Okay.
額を地面にこすりつけて何度も謝りたくなるほどに完膚なきまでに完璧に徹底的に叩きのめすためだよ。
Let's fucking go.
George dashed. Pitfalls opened one after another, but George didn't step in them again. And because he was persistent, he was able to reach Gaap a second time.
後ろ回し蹴り、顎部骨折。
was stretched out more forcefully and beautiful than Gaap's had been. Of course, while he centered directly on Gaap's face, he stopped a hair's breadth away. Perhaps she couldn't rely on Pitfall at this close range. Gaap kept the George's sheen as a diversion, and the instant of weakness when he tried to deal with that, she aimed a kick at his stomach. It was a bee stab like her stiletto heel. By her stiletto heel, but sliced through the air while George was where no longer was. By Gaap's side, George calmly announced that his foot still raised. Can't imagine what Asa said about me. I mean, Asa also is talking about me. What the heck? If that mark heel has zoomed down, a collarbone fracture would probably have been the least of our worries. Yeah, it worked, going in the distance until now, yes, of course. She jumped backward to open a large gap between them. She jumped and leaped and even flipped midair, increasing that distance. Should have been magnificent, but for some reason was very similar to the moment of a small scared animal.
Hi.
If she opened the distance between them, she'd be able to fight at the range that was her specialty, using a mixture of pitfalls and kicking techniques. This is like flamenco or something like that. There's like,
yes,
you know.
Something like that, yes.
バカが私を倒せるチャンスを3度も逃した傲慢。奈落の底で後悔なさい。
Of course, it makes sense with her dress. She got a red dress and everything, of course.
Yes.
When she magnificent landed and tried to aim at a pitfall, a razor sharp wind cut Gaap's bangs. Yes, it cut them. It happened twice. This time it didn't just stop her breath away, but scattered her bang with air pressure.
アルマーダ・コン・マルテーロ第一撃で眼底骨折第二撃で脳挫傷
Yeah, Opie is an owl. Of course she got feathers.
Yes, I have feathers, yes.
Gaap was too shocked to speak. George was close in over all that distance in an instant, letting off a fearsomely nimble mid-air double kick. Furthermore, with the accuracy and edge of a razor, it had cut nothing more than several of her bangs.
空手で蹴りの威力をテコンドーで速度カポエイラでは自在の間合いを
Ah, that was capoeira. Okay, that's why the Spanish name.
母さんがいろいろと移り気でね。でもいろいろと特徴を学べて勉強になったよ。
なぜ当てない。私が女だからとでも言うのか。
君は王者の力として3つ目。君はどうやらまだその暴力の意味を誤解し、この場合の暴力とはね、短絡的に振るわれる乱暴の敵対すれば無傷では済まないという抑止のことを指すんだよ。
抑止だと。
Yeah, but I was talking about the language. Don't I speak? What language do you speak in Brazil?
Brazilian, I think. It's a variant.
Or Spanish, though? Isn't it
Yeah.
similar to Spanish or something?
Yeah, but it's like, even though they have the same...
They speak Portuguese. Okay,
interesting-
well, I don't know. I don't know Spanish or Portuguese, but that sounded like Spanish to me, so that's why I said that. Anyway.
But there are differences, but they come from the same stem.
Yeah,
linguistically
I mean,
speaking.
think about Spain.
It's the same- it's the
Spain
same
and
as ours,
Portugal are just right there, so it makes
Yeah, it's the
sense.
same. It's the same as ours, actually. Same as Italian.
Yeah.
The same stem then went to just differentiate between Spanish and Portuguese.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for saying that, though, because I didn't know. You feel offended? I didn't know about that stuff. I don't know Spanish or Portuguese. Everything sounds Spanish in like that. I mean,
don't know Spanish, it's hard to differentiate between the two, but I had people being extremely offended.
It's not like I do it on purpose. I don't actually know the language, so how can I know?
Now you know. Now you know.
Now I know. In short, this is what it meant. This was all why all George's attack up until then has stopped the hair's breadth away. These bare misses, which are more difficult at hitting directly, had all been performed so splendidly. Also, if George had wished it, any of those would probably have crushed Gaap. Yet, definitely not done that.
君も言ったろ？暴力は滑る力だと。暴力で相手を破壊してしまったら滑られないじゃないか。王者の暴力とはね、見せるだけなんだよ。破壊しない。屈服させて自らの財産とするんだからね。
Asa doesn't have a job at the moment, for what I recall, so yeah.
君に泡でも吹かれたら、みんなの囚われてる場所に案内させられないよ。
Oh, I see. Gaap had to admit it. She had to admit that George understood force in its truest sense.
みんなのところへ抵抗はおすすめしない。もう寸止めはしないよ。
ごめんメリア。あんたの兵隊借りさせて。私一人じゃ手に負えないわ、こいつ。
Oh, the goats?
The goats!
A large big black hole opened in the sky. Tung tung tung. 3 muscular ghost attendants fell out. Also, wait, they're no more at the prison now.
No more at the prison, let's go.
They surrounded George.
増援会？それは僕がひ弱であることを撤回したと受け止めていいの？
認めるわ、あんたの人間の力を侮ってた。
違うね。これが愛を覚えた男の強さなのさ。
ほざけ！臭いことをシャーシャーと。
I mean, yeah, it's very cheesy, but yes.
さあ、ヤギたち、その男を潰して肉団子にしてやりなさい。このヤギたちはバカだけどパワーだけはあるみたいよ。あんたの死体、婚約者にも見分けがつかなくしてあげるわ。
降伏拒否並びに継戦の意思了解。以後は君の攻撃に等しい分だけ君に実害が及ぶことを宣言する。僕をまだ攻撃するつもりなら相応の損害を受けることになると覚悟するがいい。
When George proclaimed that, faint red magic circle rose up around him. Senator George couldn't see it. However, Gaap being a demon could. So he's using magic as well? Everyone can use magic, what the heck?
どうしてこいつが防御結界を？しかもそれ反撃特化？それがあんたの抑止という意味。
From a demon's perspective, that may have been magic, but in George's eyes was determination. Was determination filled with certainty. Now it's Undertale all of a sudden.
George is filled with determination.
Filled with determination. Filled with certainty, which would be merciless to anyone who wished to fight anymore, and which would force them to prepare for a significant counterattack. Determination with certainty becomes magic. Oh, now also Jessica's gonna use magic. Look at that. Renov had been recursively blocking Jessica's feet with his shield, but something felt odd. Even though he was certainly catching them on the shield, he felt his arm get jarred and it hurt. It should have prevented all physical damage. However, the damage from her fist was gradually being transmitted into his arm, piling up. Rome tried to act like he was composed so that this wouldn't be noticed.
私はバテねえぜ。どうしたよおっさん。ちっとは答えてきたかよ。
いくら攻撃しようとも私のシールドはあなたには砕けないと。
砕けないからってよ、殴るのをやめはしないぜ。どんな固い心にだって言葉はわずかずつ響き、やがてはひびを入れることだってできるんだ。私は信じてる。この世に無駄な努力なんて存在しないってな。だから生きるんだろ、思いっきり。言葉だっていつか通じるなら拳だって同じって私の辞書には諦めるって文字は書いちゃいねえんだぜ。
Those words were probably aimed at Canon. Canon would seem to reject Jessica's words. But Jessica knew that no matter how stubborn his heart was, those words would eventually soak through. She believed that they would surely reach his heart, that they would come, that the day would come when he would stop calling himself furniture and disparaging himself, and that he'd step out into a new life. So Jessica didn't give up. She didn't lose heart.
バカみてえだろ、男には理解できねえだろ。恋する乙女ってのはな、無駄だから諦めるって考えがねえんだぜ。
At that time, Bruno was certainly so. He saw the reddish glow of light that encircled Jessica's fist.
There we go.
I knew it.
エンチャントですか。浸透付与とは厄介。
Inside her unrelenting feast and determination, again, dwelled the power to succeed no matter what. From a demon's perspective, that was magic. Determination with certainty becomes magic again.
な、無駄なんてことはねえだろ。通ってんだろ、私の拳。腕をかばってるぜ、おっさん。
It's a shame that in this sprite she doesn't have the actual knuckle brass, because you could have just put a PNG of the brass over that, and you could have called a day. But it's a little bit of a shame. Aido.
もう少し本気を出さざるを得ないようですね。おっしゃる通りのようです。この世に無駄なことなどない。
そうさ、無駄なんて諦めたらそこで人生が終わ通じるんだよ、絶対に。
So this is the only way I can live. But even so, I'm sure I'll be able to teach Canon-kun about a new world someday. So I'm not gonna lose heart in a place like this. I'll definitely defeat you and save everyone.
くそー、なんとか隙間を。
Carlos repeating his useless effort to somehow open a hole between the metal bars. Useless. Nothing is useless. There's nothing. Look at God has been swallowed up by those black pitfalls and disappeared. Now was there once in a lifetime chance. It was the only chance to break the bars.
よせ、無茶だ。クラウス素手でどうにかなるもんじゃな。道具を探しましょう。無茶をするんじゃない。無駄と諦めたらそれまでと娘に言われてしまった。私の体は無理でも小柄なシャノンかカノンが抜けられれば。
この段階に至っては出ない知恵を絞るより力を合わせましょう。カノン君、男の子でしょ、手を貸して。カノン君
Oh, he's gonna use the sword
Gonna do it.
thingy, whatever that thing
Gonna
is.
do it.
Gonna do it.
下がってください。
He's gonna do it.
何をする気だ。
いいよね、姉さん。もう一度だけあがいても。
私ももう一度だけあがくよ。一度だけじゃない。
All the
None of
times,
them.
of course. Jessica's voice reached Canon. Certainly had permitted into his cold rock-like heart. And George's voice had reached Shannon. If the love he had shown was embodied by strength, she would have to respond in the same way. An incredible metal sound rang out. In the first flash, several metal bars were severed horizontally, and in the next flash they were severed horizontally again, causing many metal bars to clatter in the ground like bamboo shots cut by a sword. Kraus, Kiri, and Nanji didn't even have a clue what had just happened.
南條先生、お屋敷や廊下をどっちに？
左奥だ、左奥。
参りましょう、旦那様方。すぐにワルギリア様に気づかれます。
あんたたちは一体何なの？
僕たちは。
When Kano hung his head a little and farther, Shano slapped his shoulders, smiled and spoke.
私たちは人間です。ワルギリア様、警戒網に反応。脱獄です。なぜか見張りのヤギがいません。
Some reason called Gaap.
Gaap.
Oh, she knew it. Scamata subito proprio.
Sì.
Immediately called.
人の召喚物を勝手に。ガップ。
Gaap. She tried to short her name.
交戦規定確認。脱走者への射殺許可を申請であります。
おやりなさい。やっちゃいなさい。ガップガップガップガップ。ガップ。
了解であります。45、410、追撃狙撃戦準備、弾手、収束誘導弾。ワルギリア様、逃亡阻止結界を。
そうでしたね。ここから逃がしはしませんよ。ガプガプ言ってたりした。
Are you for real?
I love Virginia so much.
The underground passage in front of them was once again blocked by metal bars. The doors of course locked. However, that was no problem for them now.
カノン、また鉄格子と頼む。
はい、旦那様。
しかしすごいわ。一体どういう原理なのかしら。
Oh, I'm still trying to understand, girl. I don't really know for myself, and I've been seeing this for like about 10 months or something.
Just need to believe.
原理なぞ興味ないね。大事なのは彼に鉄格子が切断できてる。気にするなカノン。やれ。
お任せを。
Kano sliced the metal bars again with his red curved blade, but there was a harsh, strange noise, and the metal bars only had a slight scratch.
なんと、これは頑丈な。
違う、エンチャントされてるワルギリア様の魔法杖だ。
切断できる？
もちろん。でも時間をかけるよ。
3分間待ってやる。
Taking a deep breath and concentrating in his mind, Kano extended a red curved sword again. When he pressed it hard against the metal bar, sparks sprayed, almost as though he was melting through it with a burner.
切断はできそうだが、手こずりそうだな。
旦那様、敵に捕捉されました。下がってください。
There's lots of new music today.
追って誰も来てないわよ。
私の後ろに下がってください。狙われてます。45、データ治療。標的は捕捉。地形誤差修正。射撃曲線形成。制御点補正完了。410、データリンク。410、データ受領。危険区域確認。問題なし。
WO、師団装填48発。個別誘導 F&F。収束誘導弾。準備完了。
45、射撃準備完了。収束誘導弾装填。410、射撃。
A golden hour that sparkled gold was fire, leaving a gold tail streaming behind. Drakur then went through the door, through the keyhole, down the stair, toward the underground path at full speed.
何か光りましたぞ。
黄金の矢はシールドで防げない。カノン君、迎撃態勢。リンクしよ
う。ゲートキーパー了解。姉さんと一緒に戦うのは久しぶりだ。動じらないでよ。
本気でやる。
なら問題ない。
Kano stopped cutting the bars and stood in front of Shannon. Behind him, Shannon closed her eyes, concentrating her mind deep into the darkness of the underground path. Got a cluster round, a special kind of arrow made up of 48 sub-rounds bound together. It exploded mid-flight and divided into 48 mini arrows. The strength of each individual one is low, but they pierce through old shields and possess a perfect wounding and killing power against personnel. And on top of that, each of the 48 possesses autonomous guidance toward their individual targets. That was kind of a tongue twister.
分裂した収束誘導弾師団467848全弾捕捉迎撃完成カノンへデータリンク
Oh, they can also do that. Okay.
They can also do
like
that.
the sisters. Okay.
Sisters.
カノンデータ受領姉さんの能力は48発全部見える
迎撃優先順位に注意姉さんを信じて
もちろんだ僕は目を開ける必要さえない
迎撃開始目標健在迎撃されました48発全部
シャノンとカノンはもともと一組の家具ですからね揃うと手強いことあいつ
Again?
これ口内炎になっちゃうかしら
What the heck?
落ち着け再装弾種を変更精密高速狙撃弾精密狙撃戦準備
そりゃいいね追撃不能の超高速弾ゲートキーパーごときじゃ防御不能だに精密狙撃戦了解精密射撃用データ収集開始
一体今のは何
安心して私にもさっぱりよ
She honestly surrendered to whatever is going on. I don't even.
一つわかるのは二人に頼らなきゃ死んでたってことね
カノン君ありがとう鉄格子に戻って多分次のは迎撃できない弾が来る
そんな攻撃をどう防ぐんだ
撃たせませんカノン君霊視線防備
Those who Cannon closed his eyes tightly and ground his teeth. His Shannon at the center, a pressure and impact that only non-humans could perceive struck. Oh, they're firing themselves?
射撃システムダメだ再起動あれ
霊波妨害レース午後
Oh, it's a jamming. Okay.
It's a DDoS.
何をしてるか早く耳を塞げ45
They're hacking the system. I see. An unseen, unheard impact that struck the sisters. Double M for 10 crashed down, covering their ears, but 45 didn't make it in time. As she stood up, bolt up right, her eyes rolled. What?
Like bunny noises.
Yeah, but what is going on?
コンパイラのエンジンがいっちゃったよ
What's an IME?
私もノイズがひどい
45、410そして00損傷狙撃戦を断念リンクでモロに来た再起動しないと
Reason their spirit particle sensitivity for precision and sniping had backfired. They had taken the full burn of the spirit particle shockwave Shannon had released, and not only 45 who had been hit directly, but also 00 and 410 who had been linked with her were taken down.
大丈夫ですか後でまた美味しい紅茶を入れてあげますからね
Method editor.
What?
Maybe. A program that allows data in any language to be received as input.
Oh, okay, they were speaking programming language, I see.
I think. I'm not sure.
Could be.
申し訳ございません。再起動をかけます。数百秒ほどお待ちを。
Although the sisters have fallen over. They probably get up eventually, but look like it would be hard for them to return to battle lines for a while.
家具が武具を一時的にとはいえ退けます。なるほど。あの子の面白がる筋書きは実に大番狂わせが多いこと。
Vegeta tore the hair with a large gesture, motioning us to opening a door.
さあさあおいでなさい。お仕事の時間ですよ。脱走者たちを殺してと死体でいいのですよ。どうせ蘇生できるし。
Ah, right. I mean, makes sense. A gold-colored door opened in the air, and countless giant goats with muscular bodies peeked their faces out.
さあさあ急ぎなさい。脱走者は5人いるから5等賞までの早い者勝ち。素敵なご褒美がありますよ。さあさあ頑張って頑張って。
You clap your hand, urging them on. Prize? After fishing each other at those words, the goats all rushed to the third one, trying to get out, making the exit as packed as the Tozai or the Yamanote rail lines in the morning. Very simple-minded, I see. Each wanted to get out first, so none of them could... Oh, for real? He backfired. Vegeta held her head in frustration. By that time, Cannon managed to cut enough bars to make a crack that could be slipped through. Been a bit work for Kraus, large as it was, and now Jupiter late with his lethal waste, but even so they all managed to make it through. But after they did, they only had a couple seconds to be relieved. Immediately, another set of metal bars blocked the way in front of them.
厳重ね。よっぽどここの人を逃がしたくなかったんでしょうね。
カノン、すまんがもう一度頼む。辛いだろうが頼む。
It was sweat on Cannon's forehead. You could tell a glance that cut in the metal bars, which had been made even more solid by magic, had physically exhausted him.
はい。お任せを、旦那様。
お前にしかできん。どうか頼む。
Only he could do it. Holding tightly onto those words, Kano concentrated his mind once again, and set himself to the task of cutting metal bars again.
後方、敵が来ます。複数。
ええ、今度は私たちにもわかるわ。すごい地響きね。とんでもない化け物が殺到してくるのがわかるわ。
ご安心を。今抜けた鉄格子を私が魔法城で封鎖します。ヤギたちごときには破れません。
Shona held her hand out towards the metal bar they had gone through, but she stopped right away.
どうかしましたか？
ワルギリア様が霊波妨害の中和を開始。破られるとまずい。シエスタ姉妹の再起動後のイニシアチブを奪われます。
可愛いウサギたちをいじめてくれたお返しは、この小賢しい霊視で優位に立とうというなら、それを丸ごと剥ぎ取って私が奪ってあげます。
あのヤギたちにその鉄格子の隙間は狭すぎる。しばらくは食い止めてくれるはず。
何を言っているかさっぱりだもん。
だいぶやばいってことだけは理解できたわ。
He repeated the metal bar the cannon just cut. Rouse had no weapon but the rabbit's fist, and the two of them glared into the depth of the underground passage where the shaking was coming from. Why did they read snake? Or read the H as an N.
かなり歩く。道は平坦だが30分は歩いた記憶が。
全力疾走ならその半分ってことだわ。
30 minutes?
That's a long way.
How big is this place? They couldn't have for sure since they didn't have the three-sided mirror, but there was no guarantee that Judge and Jessica would still be alright against demon opponents after all this time.
歩く2倍の速度で走れば15分。さらにその2倍で走れば8分を切るわ。
さらにその倍の全力疾走なら5分。問題ない。むちゃくちゃな計算ですが。カジマの計算式はそういうものです。
申し訳ございません。後を頼みます。
任せたまえ。カノンは1秒でも早く。シャノンはワルギリアとかいう魔女への妨害に専念したまえ。追っては私とキリエさんで防ぐ。
Then the roars of beasts rang out from the darkness, and several fiery glowing bright red eyes appeared. Ghosts that were several levels more massive than the guards were rushing with an incredible force. The tremors they created were almost like an earthquake. They brought a frightening intensity and terror, but Kiri actually laughed with relief. This massive body wouldn't be able to go through the crack in the bars. I mean, I think they're just gonna destroy them and that's it. The group of ghosts crashed into the metal bars with a fierce sound, like that of a train colliding with a dead end. Pounds of dirt fell here and there from the ceiling, and you could tell that the metal bars had bent if collapsing. The charging party probably was on par with a train. If the metal bar hadn't been there, they would have likely have overwhelmed the 5 of them and crushed them in an instant. When the group of ghosts pressing up against the metal bar noticed the 5 of them right in front of them, they let out a terrible howl trying to intimidate the 5. Maybe that was out of pain from their game of push and shove. One count got among them figured out what should be done about the metal bars, then grabbed 2 of them with his massive arms and began bending them as though opening double doors. Kiri sharply jabbed their metal pole at that gut vitals. They got let out a roar of anguish. Probably hurt a lot, but that was all. It wasn't enough to bring it down. Still on the metal pole she had stuck out, Kiri relinquished the opposite tip to Kraus. Kraus ran there with all his might, jumped and kicked down with all his weight and kick and power combined. All of that destructive power was focused on a single pole, drilling it in. It like pierced through with a metal bar.
大丈夫ですか？幹部は揉まないように。お薬は後で処方しましょう。お大事に。
Okay, Mandro being the doctor. As the god had taken the pile bunker to his vital withered with hairy eyes, it noticed.
私たちのリンクも結構いけるじゃない。
It even nodded in agreement. I said, okay, I will do it.
I love this shit
Okay.
so fucking bad.
シャノンちゃんたちには負けられないわ。
当然じゃないか。
Loving family, yeah, sure.
次、右側のあいつ。
了解だ。いい嫁さんじゃないか。ルドルフめ。少し愚痴が多かったんじゃないか。
へえ、後で聞かせてもらう。ルドルフさん、天国で青くなっても手遅れよ。
Oh, we're back here. Because massive body were buried in rose bushes, even taking into account that a leg's power is 3 times that of an arm, this tries to surpass common sense. I think that those...
To continue reading for a while?
Hmm?
Do you want me to read?
No, that's okay. I can read. I just rushed in because I want to know what happens.
Go. We can go on until we finish the scene. I do have time tonight.
Okay.
I don't care about tomorrow.
Okay, good. I think those massive...
Can I just say something?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when I told you a long time ago that there's a single scene in this fucking game where I actually like Rudolph?
Oh, is
Rudolph, sorry, Kraus.
Kraus, is this one?
Yes, it's this one.
Of course.
It's about to come.
The thing that those massive body had been kicked in the chin and flown through the air, it was too fierce. Even George seemed a little surprised.
僕の蹴りが化け物にも通用したと驚きだよ。
あんたの反撃特化結界のせいよ。ブレイズした攻撃力をそのまま自らに上乗せしてる。
I mean, that's how martial arts work. You use your enemy's strengths against them.
へえ、よくわからないけど、僕にぴったりじゃないか。誰であろうとも攻撃してくるなら等しい反撃を覚悟。専守防衛。僕のポリシーそのものだ。
That's why Gaap couldn't easily touch him. The counterattack style barrier and no defensive power. However, because of its countering ability, it could be useful in defense by making the opponent hesitate to attack. The ghosts had been foolish and so had attacked without worrying, because of course. But this second effect had worked in full against Gaap.
こいつらは単調だね。パワーが互角であるならば小柄な方が有利だ。
Let it dodge the log-like arms. When those arms touched the barrier that protected George, they let off a strong red light. Tip of the counterattack would let them gain the same sparkle and the superhuman power of the god added to its own. The second god fell forward and floated into the air for a second. Then George's next roundhouse kick missed right over the falling god's head. For an instant the god hoped he might get away with his life. But no! A heel was dropped onto the back of his head and he was forced to kiss the ground.
上段回し蹴りからの練りチャギは基本だろ。たまにやると結構当たるよ。
こいつ厄介だわ。マジで厄介だわ。
何が悪魔だ、何が魔女だ。六軒島の主人はこの後ろ宮家だよ。それを体で教えてやるよ。
こいつ。
I think he's just gonna be really happy about all of this. The only way to finish off George now that his body was wrapped out in a counterattack style barrier was to deny him a chance to counterattack. Nothing to do but suck him into a beast next, then kick and drop him, kick and drop him, kick and drop him, until she kicked him to death. But George had already completely seen through the faint warning sign that told over the appearance of Gaap's pitfalls. If you could jump over that next pitfall, then this time he would probably pulverize Gaap's head with his whirlwind-like kick with hold it back in the slightest. Just as has been done to his parents. She was able to envision that scene vividly. Gaap hated Kinzo more than ever for calling her out to this ridiculous island. Even that's glitched, okay.
For glitch, yes.
Even though Renova held out a shield, he finally started using his hands. Without a more powerful shield, he would be able to block Jessica's fist anymore. The enchantment on Jessica's fist grew the more she fought. The permeating upgrade had already grown several times, and those fists has also been given an impact upgrade, a piercing upgrade, a speed upgrade, making them fists worthy to fight on par with a demon.
どうしたよ。へばってきたんじゃねえのかよ。動きが鈍ってきてるぜ。
いいえ、ジェシカ様の動きと思考、動体視力が飛躍的にエンチャントされているのです。私の動きは最初から変わった。あなたの動きが私を捉えつつあるのです。
それでも反撃はしねえわけか。
これが私のこだ。しかしこのままというわけにもいきますまい。そろそろ本気で終わりにさせてもらいますよ。
Robert's face turned into an expression that he hadn't shown before. It was full of respect for Jessica in a truly demonic way, because it was an expression only showed for enemies who made him get serious. With a gesture of his whole body that you couldn't call elegant, Renova held out a shield with all his strength, a shield the size and thickness of a wall. It was more tenacious than a simple shield. It literally was a wall. And on top of that, with all Renova's magical power, it pushed Jessica bit by bit. Did he plan on pushing her back against the wall and crushing her to death? She just tried to break through the wall with both fists, but it was solid. Without any exaggeration, it was solid.
これがお前の本気かよ。上等だぜ。打ち砕いてやら。
今度はそうはさ。この壁は一味違う。どれ、私もエンチャントさせていただきましょう。
Renova made a magic sign almost like a ninja. The wall glowed red for just an instant, and some kind of luminous power dwelled within it. as he was able to recognize that almost immediately with her body. Every time her fists hit the wall, pain as the glass fragment scattered and hit all over her body rebounded against her.
攻撃反応装甲を付与させていジェシカ様の攻撃を相殺することで威力を減退のみならず反応破片で反撃までできる優れものです。殴り続けるのは大いに結構ですがそれは自らにも及びます。
I don't think she's gonna stop because of that.
つまりお前の壁と私の我慢比べってことかよ。上等だ。
ジェシカ様が膝をつくのが先か見物させていただきましょう。
打ち破ってこの壁ごとお前の横っ面をぶっ飛ばす。見てやがれ。
Without hesitation, Jessica punched using both fists. Each time she did, a large amount of shards scattered, torturing her entire body. Instantly, several red gashes appeared all over her. She grimaced at the intense agony, but her eyes were burning with fighting spirit, and her lips curved in a grin that stood in sharp contrast to the pain. The power of punches.
私たちは平気だが、奴らを防ぐ鉄格子が平気ではなさそうだ。
もう少しです。
こいつらキリがないわ。おしくらまんじゅうだけで鉄格子を破りかねない。
The group of ghosts made the metal bar creak. Several arms grabbed the bar, twisting them with superhuman strength. However, some bars were being pulled in opposite direction by different hands. Apparently, they really were stupid. The way those countless hands grabbed the metal bar sometimes happened to match up by chance. Several hands grasping two metal bar neatly put their power together and pulled the bars to the left and right. The incredible sound of metal bending could be heard, and that crack was getting larger bit by bit. They attacked the arms of those goats one by one, but they weren't getting anywhere. They couldn't stop the Gaap from speeding left and right. Come on. Pay attention not to beat your tongue. At that time, there was a loud metal sound behind them. Conrad finally finished cutting.
早く。キリエさん、レディーファーストだ。南條先生も続いてる。
旦那様、ここは僕に任せてください。これは。
Conrad saw that had cut the metal bars disappeared.
ごめん、マルギリア様の霊視線影響下に入った。私たちの魔力が中和されてる。
Oh.
よくも大魔女と呼ばれた私にここまで抗ったものです。もはやその地下道ではあなたたちの魔法は使えませんよ。
Virgil's circle column drew complex magical formula with Vigilia at the center. With such genuine magic being used, Shannon's power couldn't even compete. On the contrary, it was surprising that she had withstood as long as she had.
霊視優勢を確保。さあ、シエスタ姉妹、今度こそあなたたちの出番ですよ。
Oh.
なんで最近の子は寝起きが悪いの？
もう私たち全員バージョンが違ってて。
The shark input of Minus got all screwed up every time you change version.
前回不正な終了がありました？
Real. I can feel this pain.
何これわけわかんない。
Whenever you open OBS.
Whenever we see.
早く直して。
この得体トラブルシュートにコール。
Go like feet.
何？ユーザーコードがないと教えない？
ユーザーコードは45が管理してるに。
Forgot.
9999にしか聞こえん。
True.
紙に書かせろ。
言語支援システム 再起動できてないから文字も
Oh,
書け
so
ない
it
に。
was that, okay.
Yeah.
お前たちはゆっくりし、私が行ってきます。
The narrow underground passage was packed with ghosts, truly like a commuter train in the morning. Virgilia was again shocked by this congestion.
何をやってるんですか？
I am so ready.
ご褒美が欲しいから一番乗り、他のヤギにご褒美を奪われたくないから邪魔をし合っている。このおバカヤギたちが。私が行きますから道を開けなさい。何？嫌ですって？ワルギリア様がご褒美を奪うつもりだ。なんでスクラム組んでるんですか？きついぜ。いつからここはヤギ専用車両に？うぎゅー今お尻触った子、次の駅で降りなさい。
Oh, okay.
何あな、こっちへ来いって。
The five in cross group dashed through the passageway with all their strength. They couldn't daddle around in an underground place like this. They had to quickly join up with the children on the surface. If they could meet up, there would no longer be any more sorrow. That time, a terrible rumble started chasing them. Their pursuers finally made it through the metal bars, but they couldn't see anyone around when they turned around. However, that rumble and the dirt that fell here and there from the ceiling grew closer and closer. Finally, catching up with them and even going past them. Felt almost like being chased by ghosts. For a second, they thought they'd gotten away until the ceiling in front of them fell in, and a single ghost stood in their path. Virgilia was sitting on his shoulder.
賢い子が近道を知っていました。偉い子ですね。
The only smart one of the group.
後で手作りのサバのカレー煮をご馳走してあげます。
Mackerel, of course, she said the thing.
She said the thing.
Maybe really was happy about this dubious prize. The massive ghost showed his joy by putting his hand together and writing. Jill leapt down, laughing that this time it was finally checkmate.
そう、ダメだ。魔力が完全に殺されてる。
まだよ。魔法がなくても私たちにはまだ。
無茶だ。あんな化け物にあの不思議な力がなくて戦えるわけがない。
子供たちは下がっていたまえ。私が何とかするから。その隙にあの化け物の両脇を駆け抜けるんだ。
させませんよ。
Virgilia clapped their hands. A purple magical wall appeared behind her, stealing even the faint hope the crowds had been betting on.
断じ、キュースか。いや、まただ。ジェシカも戦っ、私が戦わんわけにはいかん。
本気無理よ。あんな巨大な化け物に。
むちゃくちゃクラウスさん。他の方法を考えましょ
う。思いついたら提案して、それまでも私が何とかするしかないようだ。さあ、下がりたまえ。
気をつけて。おやおや、クラウス。
戦いにはまぐれあたりの一発だってあり得る。
まぐれでも勝てるつもりとお思いで、身の程知らずのあなたのために私が状況を。
何？
あなたが 100% の力を発揮したとして対してこの子の戦闘力。
Prepare yourself.
Okay, so this is like okay.
This is gonna be complicated, but it's gonna be so interesting, I promise.
つまりあなたが100人束になっても絶対に勝てないということです。
Okay. One.
まあ、確かに戦いには不確定要素もあります。
There was even the sound.
Yeah, I noticed
if you
the
don't
first time
see,
I played, I noticed the sound.
Move on the side so everyone can see that one.
Yeah, I was
There's a number there.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a number here. Wait, let me go slightly to the... Let me move slightly. There you go. I should be fine.
Wait, let me also do something.
There we go.
Okay, my tail is not in the way anymore.
その戦闘力に多少の倍率がかかることも認めましょう。
Okay. 2.
お分かりかしら？あなたには万に一つの勝ち目もないということです。
BG and the god Gaap together.
毎日ということは配当は1万倍ということでは
Okay, I mean, yes, if you think as Kinzo.
いい大穴だ。そういう馬券は好きだよ。買いたくない。
Into sun, alright.
それを買うコインはあなたの命。1枚しかありません。しかし、それでもその奇跡に運命を託し、ですので、恐れずに立ち向かうあなたの勇気をたたえ、一つハンデを差し上げます。この子は左腕一本で戦います。まあ、それでもあなたに負ける気は全くしませんが。
Why is the number becoming bigger?
さっきからピンポンピンポンと。
Okay, so it's actually there. Okay.
It's actually in the game. It's actually
その勝負、左腕だろうとなんだろうと、どうせ私は一撃で殺されるだろう。私のチャンスもまたそれに全てかけるしかあるまい。
むちゃくちゃだ、クラウスさん。
With the face, yes.
あんたがボクシングをやってたことは知っているが、それでもいやいや、仮にプロのボクサーがいたとしても、あんな化け物一撃で倒せるは。
リングの上での試合なら確かにね。でもクラウス兄さんが望みをかけるチャンスがわずかだけどあるわ。彼はそれに全て望みをかけている。
まさか。しかしそんなのもうまくいくわけがない。
旦那様、
一撃で決めてやる。
How shallow. I know what you're after. The distance between the two of them is more than 10 meters. If the Goten crossbow step in with all the strength to settle the fight with a single blow, their power will be double what is normal. Both will clash together, so it's a relative 4 times normal. Even if, on top of that, the strike lands on a weak point for a critical hit, that will only double the power again. In short, Kraus' maximal power level of 6 times 8 would be 48 at the most. He might or not be able to win if you repeated that lucky shot a full 20 times. If you're killed every time you take a hit and your damage still accumulates, let's see, perhaps you finally win when we get to episode 24? If only this series could stretch on so long. Either way, you don't even have a slight chance at the victory. Hey, seriously, what is that beanball sound? I'm also asking that, what the heck is that?
ヤギ君も遠慮することはない。本気で来たまえ。
全力を要望です。本気の一撃で粉砕し、肉片に変えてやりなさいな。
As the god got excited and beat his chest over and over, he took a position as though preparing for a sprint. Is this what you wanted? Bet your hopes on the greatest limit of your power level and despair when that gets you nowhere. He drank again? What the heck? It's really starting to get on my nerves. The god howled in response. And with a matched timing that only the men confronting each other could comprehend, the two leapt forward like bullets shot out of a gun. The men howled, collecting the sand from all their bodies into one arm each. The fiery glowing eyes clearly locked onto Kraus' face. You could perfectly see a vision of when he would step forwards, when he would punch through Kraus and blow him away, and when he would win perfectly.
Do you have any idea of what these are?
I was thinking it was the power level, but of Kraus, but I'm not too sure anymore.
Okay, you can continue.
Long painful days up to that point drift through the ghost's mind. Those painful days of training when his senpai picked on him. Those faint glimpses of the warm concern his senpai's... It's the episodes!
It's not the episode.
It's not? That you would think would say, no? Those faint glimpses of the warm concern his senpai's felt for him. In the joy of that day, his powers had been acknowledged when he'd been accepted as one of the comrades. I never show proper respect to my parents. What's it, the flashbacks? What are these?
No, no, these are flashbacks, not... It has a more specific name, especially in visual novels. What are these?
The dead flakes?
Yes, these are dead.
These are dead flakes? Okay.
I'm dying.
It's the... Oh, of course! It's the characters having all the flashbacks and all of that. I did this and that, and I remember that day. Of course. That's right, didn't I plan to wash my hands of this business when this job was over and return to my... Oh, okay, this is a huge Netflix. I'm sorry, little god sister, your niche has always caused you so much trouble. And I actually have a childhood friend. I'm gonna marry her when I got home. That counted as 3. It happened the instant before the two crashed and their punches crossed.
愚かね、悪ギリア。冷静な判断を欠いたようよ。そのパンチを受けては弾きなさい。
The reason they got left straight and right straight crossed. They got obeyed Vigila's order with super fast reflexes and pulled it straight back, repelling Kraus' punch. That's right, Vigila's decision probably had been wise. After all, the number of moves reflect amplifies the power level of one's opponent.
危ないところです。こんな負けフラグ立てまくりの状態で食らっていたら、どれほどの威力に倍率がかかっていたことか。さあ、そこでガラ空きの右側面に右ストレートを叩き込んでやりなさい。何？左腕一本で戦う約束？約束は破るためにあるのでしょうが！
Oh, that counted as another.
失望よ、悪気。あなたはやはり冷静を欠いていたわ。なんですって。直前に気づいて避けさせた私のどこが冷静でないと。
どうしてですか？あのまま激突していたら旦那様の勝ちだったのでは。
そうか。負けフラグの数が20でもまだ足りないんだ。
Crossing goes double. Rush made 4 times 4. With a miracle as an ally, the firm promise of a critical hit doubled it again for times 8. On top of that, there was an amplification of time 20, equal to the number lost reg, from making for 160 times. At glance, it was an incredible amplification, but even so, across the power level was 6. Even if multiplied by 160, it only made a power level of 960. Just barely below the God's 1000.
だから冷静じゃない。あなた失敗したわ。そのまま激突していれば、あなたの勝ちだったのよ。
Tell me this counts as another death flag.
たとえそうだったとしても、この右ストレートでクラウスの頭を砕けば同じこと。死ね！後ろ宮クラウス！
食らいたまえ。ボクシング界最強の一撃を。
After repelling Kraus' right straight, the god's right straight attacked the right side of Kraus' face, which had been left open. But there, he crossed Kraus' left straight. What? Game as Furies announced. Yeah, the Furies were there for a while. Do punch cross and time stopped as each aim for the face of the other.
まさかこのタイミングで相打ちに持ってくるとは。しかし戦闘力は160倍止まりで900、うちのこの1000には及びませんでしたよ。
いや、ワルギリアさん、あんたの負けだ。
どうして？
あんた最初のクロスカウント、確かにその次に繰り出した右ストレートが当たればしかしそいつをクロスされて、こりゃダメだ。悪いがあんたんとこのヤギさんの乾杯だよ。
Cross counter at 4 times the destructive power of a normal punch. This is common knowledge in Boxian world. And if it's blocked and the right straight hits, then it's a double cross counter with 8 times the destructive power. This is also common knowledge in the boxing world. And if it's that is crossed by principle of leverage, the triple cross will multiply the destructive power by 12. This is also painfully common knowledge. It's even written in Umineko book.
クラウスさんの戦闘力は6。
双方2倍の踏み込みで4倍。
クリティカルヒットで8倍。
負けフラグの立てすぎで160倍。
そしてトリプルクロスカウンターでさらに12倍。
1920倍。
Its power level is 11,520. What the heck is going on? Cross punch now had the power to easily win the first engage. Oh, okay. This, as I thought, was a Dragon Ball reference. Okay.
クラウスさんの執念とあんたの慢心が招いた結果だ。どちらが欠けてもこの威力にはならなかった。あんたよくもう倒れてもいいんだぞ。
Nanjo is doing Roshi, you know, from Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, you know, I know.
Euronicha gave its all, and the sparkling drop from the god's eye scattered. He bent backwards and fell on Virgilia. The ghost was too heavy for the slender Virgilia. It wriggled around on top of her, but it didn't look like she'd be able to escape. In the distance, the mere Virgilia's seal broke. What the?
悪く思うな。テコの原理を侮ったのが君の敗因だ。
どうしてあのカウンターでテコの原理が永遠の謎だわ。
今のうちに逃げま。ヤギさんもお大事に。
それでは失礼します。
What the?
ガルギリア様。
ペコリ。
待ちなさい。これどけて。ガブガブガブガブガブガブ。
Oh, again.
I love this fucking scene.
After that, there was nothing to block their way. They ran internally through the underground passage. What the fuck?
Ah, my face is hurting.
God. Okay, it's late. I think we should stop here, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just say that the high stake moment has come down.
Yes,
There's
yes.
the ending of Jessica's phase, the end of George's phase, and the end of the escape.
Yeah.
So I think we can stop here.
Yeah. That was amazing, by the way. It was completely nonsense. The power lever multiplied and all of the lever and the counter, the triple counter, so it multiplied by 12. Oh well.
This is amazing.
Okay, everyone. Next stream for me is in 2 days. That's gonna be Hytale. What about you, Miss Owl?
Probably in 2 days as well, and we're gonna draw.
Good, good. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in a bit in PixelBit. Have a good night. It's been almost 4 hours that we're here.
Oh my god.
Bye bye.
Bye.